All right. Just calling to order. Sacramento City Unified School District's Board of Education meeting, September 5, 2024. Roll call.
Member Jean? Here. Member Kayada? Here. Member Phillips?
Here.
Member Rhodes?
Present.
Member Villa?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, moving into closed session.
Beautiful.
Or do we have public comment?
There is none.
Okay, moving into closed session. Like you're supposed to. Calling back to order, Sacramento City Unified School District Board meeting. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Superintendent.
Everyone, please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 4.2, broadcast statement.
This meeting of the Sacramento City School Board is being recorded and will be cablecast on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on Comcast and AT&T UVerse systems. Today's meeting will be aired Saturday, September 7th at 1 p.m. and Monday, September 9th at 12 p.m. It is also webcast at metro14live.saccounty.gov and can be viewed on Metro Cable 14's YouTube channel. We welcome members of the audience to address the board. Please complete a speaker form which are located in the back of the room and give them to our communications representative along with any handouts you may have for the board prior to the conclusion of the item's presentation. Please speak into the microphone when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Please limit your comments during public comment to items that are not on the agenda. If you do comment on an item that is listed on the agenda, we will ask that you please defer your comments until your item comes up on the agenda. Please also either turn off your cell phones or place them on silent mode.
Thank you. Item 4.3, stellar student, introduced by board member Tara Jean.
All right, we have two stellar students, and I didn't have a chance to chat with them to make sure I say their names accurately. So would they two like to come forward so they can say their names into the microphone and make sure I don't butcher it? Come on up. Yep, just share your name with us. Axley Ramirez Rojas. So Axley is an absolute star. She pushes herself extremely hard with her learning and began taking Sac City college classes as a freshman, and she excelled. In her classes at the Met, Axley beautifully advocates for herself to make sure that her level of understanding is consistently deep and thorough. Beyond excelling in her academics, Axley is an exemplary citizen. Her peers know they can always turn to her for help, and during our advisory time, it is common to see Axley helping others with math and other classes. This caring nature is also on display at her internship at Washington Elementary. Very cool. The students there love her, and the connections she has forged through her caring and thoughtful nature are on display at all times of the school day, where large groups of students want to spend additional time with her at lunch and recess. On top of all she's doing academically, this past summer she worked as an ambassador at Washington Elementary, an amazing student all around. Sounds incredible. And I know standing there is like very awkward, but thank you for letting us celebrate the amazing things that you are doing and that you are. Is there anything you'd like to share with us?
Just happy to be receiving that award.
Yes, congratulations. And then hold on one moment. Is Haruka Bowman, who goes by Baruka, here? And I really hope I said that name correctly. Yes. I did, fantastic. Come on up. So we get to embarrass you now with your reading.
Oh, Oh, how fun.
Yes. So Baruka consistently shares passions for theater, art, and even the more violent ones, like foam sword fighting. Didn't know that was violent. With others, and always makes space for anyone to join the fun. Baruka takes the initiative to lead peers and never shies away from a challenge, whether it be academic or any other obstacle in class. She is a stellar student for these reasons and so many more. Congratulations to you both. Would either of you like to share anything with the board?
I just wanted to say that in my 15 years of life and I would say 10 years of being in academics, I don't think I would have been in front of the SUSD board. Am I correct?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just confirming that this is the board of SUSD.
Yes, we are the Board of Education for SCUSD. You are correct. I don't know. I don't know if you've been before us before, but yes, that is who we are. Yes. Well, we would love to come down and take a picture with you all and offer you a certificate. Yes. So if just stand there and we'll come on down.
Thank you. The two students from Washington.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so right.
Thank you. I know it's kind of inappropriate for you. Let's make sure it's feeling picture. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And then this says Haruka. Would you like it printed with Haruka
And family, if you
instead?
guys want to come closer,
We
you
can
guys
do that. For now, hold it while we take our picture, and then we'll take care of that.
Open
All
or
right. Totally. Well, you don't have to open it, especially since it's not your name. We got one more. Hold on. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Come over here with me and we'll get Daniel.
All righty. Item 5.0, announcement of action taken in closed session. Madam
Good evening.
Counsel.
Good evening, President Phillips. There are two announcements coming out of closed session this evening. First, the board approved 8 settlement agreements related to special education services, each one separately by a vote of 5-0, with members Singh and Pritchett absent. And the superintendent will give our second announcement.
Thank you. I am pleased to announce that the board approved the following appointment. By a vote of 6-0 with board members Pritchett absent, the board approved the appointment of Malcolm Floyd as principal of Bowling Green McCoy Elementary.
Okay, item 6.0, agenda adoption. We're good like it is? Cool. All in favor? Aye. Moving on, item 7.0, public comment. How many might we have?
We have about 10 speakers signed up this evening.
Oh boy, that's complex math. One moment.
We'll begin with Cassandra Jennings, followed by Navia Curtis, and then Joanne Jenkins.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, Chair Phillips and members of the board. My name is Cassandra Jennings, and I'm currently the chair of the St. Hope Public Schools Board. I just want to first of all say thank you to you and your staff and the team for reviewing all of our documents over the past couple of months. In addition to our charter renewal petition documents, which shows how we are meeting the legal requirement for charter renewal, we have submitted a full response with a concrete plan to address the issues which you have raised and which were raised in your communications with us. We said we took it seriously, and we did, and hopefully you've gotten a chance to see the response. We have 2 weeks until St. Hope Public School comes before you for approval of our charter renewal for both PS7 and Sacramento High School. And I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need and to let you know that we are available to answer any questions you may have. We have emailed you copies of the full action plan, and we want to reach out to you and want you to reach out to us if you have any questions. As we go forward, we will continue to focus to deliver the exceptional educational opportunities for our scholars through what we consider a unique approach with remarkable results. I am especially proud that Sacramento High School and the public and PS7 have been able to overcome the status quo and achieve outcomes that are different and desirable, especially for Black and brown students. For all of our students, families, and our staff who choose to be a part of St. Hope Public Schools, it is essential that we continue the work that we do and continue to close the opportunity gap. We welcome and look forward to dialogue and collaboration with Sac City Unified School District as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jennings.
A little short, okay. Hello, board members. My name is Nevaeh. I'm a junior at Sacramento High School. In this statement, I'm going to tell you why I like Sakai and why you should vote yes to keep me. I am an all-sport athlete at Sacramento High School. I play basketball, volleyball, softball, track. And for my 3 years being here, I've been a captain for 3 out of the 4 sports I've played, all while keeping a 3.5 GPA or higher. Sakai is an excellent school. We have college classes for free where professors come in and teach their class instead of us paying and having to drive to and from the college campus. Our student members are very nice and are very supportive. This is one of the main reasons why I love Sakai. They also offer before and school office hours and free tutoring after school. It's a great opportunity for kids to not be left behind in any way. Our main goal is for all students to be able to graduate and go to college after high school. It's considered to a lot of people to be an urban school, so oftentimes parents have work, so Sakai offers the help with homework and keeping kids busy and off the streets. It's a home away from home, especially for a lot of kids, especially if they do sports or any clubs. Sakai offers counseling, dual enrollment, cooking clubs, anime clubs, yearbook clubs, dance clubs, and etc. Overall, Sakai is not only seen as a school, but is considered a family. Our teenage years are very important, and there are a lot of challenges that we face, but being able to be a dragon makes everything that much easier. And again, please vote yes to approve our charter renewal. Thank you.
Thank you. Floor is yours.
On behalf of my students, myself, and my fellow colleagues, hello and good evening, President, board members, superintendent, and SCUSD staff. My name is Joanne Jenkins. I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, and I'm a coach, and I'm a lifelong learner. I teach history and I coach cheer at Sacramento High School. I graduated from Sac State with my bachelor's in 2016, my teaching credential in 2017, and I've been coaching since 2010. I have taught at both the junior high and high school levels. Excuse me. I have served many communities of diverse youth in my 8 years of teaching. At Sacramento Charter High School, our students are safe and loved. They are part of a special education community with every opportunity to succeed. Our scholars are engaged in class and learning every day. They learn life lessons as well as stay on the A to G path to graduation, ensuring they can successfully apply to UC and CSU colleges. The staff at Sacramento High School have a desire to educate, learn, and grow not only as individuals, but as educators. Earning a credential is a process and worth every step. With the right support, staff job opportunities can lead to credentialing teacher careers. We are a group of professionals at all different levels of education, and with access, we successfully continue educating ourselves and others. St. Hope is not in the business of giving up, not on the youth, and not on the professionals who are determined to help educate our future leaders. Cleared credentialed teachers such as myself are the goal, of course, but it takes time, especially if you work full-time, and in this economy, we know that is paramount to survival. Our teachers and staff focus on positive solutions while encouraging leadership roles and in and out of our classrooms. We work to provide our scholars with a wide range of learning opportunities beyond the traditional classroom, including enrichment programs, internships, and partnerships with businesses and colleges. I'll skip to the end. We offer top athletic programs, including my program as cheer. They are scholars first and athletes second. We respectfully request the opportunity to continue to provide the valuable opportunities and relations to our scholars and communities. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Next group of speakers, Carrie Marks, followed by Tiffany Martin, and then Candace Newman.
Good evening, board members and SCUSD staff. My name is Carrie Marks. I'm the English Department Chair at Sacramento City College. I'm excited to be part of the Panther Pipeline, the dual enrollment partnership between Sacramento City College and Sac High. Last year, nearly 40 Sac High scholars earned over 350 college credits. Sac High is the only site where my department teaches in-person courses, including creative nonfiction writing and introduction to literature and hip-hop culture. I think our in-person dual enrollment program can be a great model for the district, and I ask for you to consider renewing the charter.
Thank you. Ms. Martin.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Mack. I have 3 children, and at one point they were all steps in elementary school, junior high school, and high school. I'm just here today to really speak from the heart. I had something written, but I think it's best for me just to share my experience with St. Hope. So years ago, I was given information about the wonderful things that St. Hope was doing. So at that time, I was transporting my children all the way from Antelope and other parts of the city to go to school at St. Hope. I have a daughter who graduated in 2023. She was a class valedictorian and the class president and in charge of the announcements. She is now at UCLA, and I'm very proud. I did not go to a UC, and I think it was also the help of St. Hope and Sac High that made her college ready. There were things that I did not know what to do. With the help of the community of St. Hope, really helped me get my daughter to the next step of going to college. So I just want to, share that. It's not just about what we did for our children, but it really took the community of St. Hope to push things along and to support us. So this is my daughter Leah. She's mad because I pointed her out, but she is here today, and she is wanting to go to school, or she's in school now, but her goal is to be a trial attorney and to give back to the community. And really, that was instilled in her through our family, but also through St. Hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mack. Okay, I'm going to say the floor is yours, but I'm going to mess up the name because I wrote down Nunez.
Mine, Candace.
Okay.
Newman. Hi, board. I'm gonna come from the heart. This is my 3rd child to attend the St. Hope program. I've had 2 older ones. One graduated in 2016, then one in 2018. My first child came through the PS7 program and continued on through Sac High. She was a IEP student coming from the Elk Grove School District, and with all the support and love from her teachers and help, she graduated from Sac High and also went on right after graduation to attend Grambling State University, where she has successfully achieved her bachelor's degree in psychology. She is now living in Dallas, Texas, doing well. And that was in 2021. I also had a son come through the St. Home system. He also started from the elementary school through Sac High. He was a football, basketball. He did all of the accolades. He did very well and graduated above a 3.0. Now I have my youngest child who is now also attending. She has been with St. Hope since first grade. Thank you. I did confirm, since first grade, and she's doing very well. She maintains above a 3.5 GPA. She's now in the 8th grade at PS7, and I'm looking forward to her continuing through Sac High and hopefully taking some of the college courses that some of the other young ladies mentioned earlier. Maybe I can save some money on college this time around. So I ask that you do renew the charter so that these children can continue to have the love and support, especially in our community.
Thank you.
We have the next group of speakers, Sean Rooney and Pastor Mark Meeks.
Floor is yours.
Hi, good evening. Thankfully, I get to go ahead of Pastor Meeks. Such a great speaker. I'm Sean Rooney, and I'm just so honored to represent the Oak Park Business Association. What a great job and what a great group of folks. And St. Hope's been such a big part of that. We represent 150 commercial property owners in the district, up and down Broadway largely. St. Hope is such a key part of that. And the school district's actually a part of the PBID as well. I wanted to speak to all the investments and the commitment that the organization's made over the years, but I think it's also really about the people that are running the organization that we've gotten to know so well, and their ability to bring the businesses into the campus, internships, summer jobs, volunteer opportunities. It's all because of them, and I think they deserve so much extra credit for that we don't hear about. I've worked on a lot of projects throughout the South area, Florin Road, Meadowview, 100 projects, and I've never met a group this committed to making change happen at all levels. And so I just wanted to say that real briefly tonight, and we've got a good partner in St. Hope, and I'm hopeful that you'll renew their charter. Thank you.
Thank you. Pastor Meeks, it's all yours.
Good evening, President. Good evening, Board. Just thank you all for all you do. Just seriously, thank you for all you do. Been in Oak Park since 1967. Father had the wisdom to move here from Bakersfield, and I want to turn a phrase from Forrest Gump, I think. Love is as love does. And I have had the pleasure of working with Mrs. Jennings and different ones for close to 20 years, over 20 years for Cassandra. And I implore you to, in your pursuit of doing the right thing, don't let the good be the enemy of the perfect. And we can pursue perfection and miss good, if not even great. So I stand here to let you know that Mark Meeks, City Church of Sacramento, we are invested 110% in the Oak Park community, and we stand in support of St. Hope and the renewal of their charter. And again, thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Final group of speakers, Tom Nelson, followed by Gabrielle Lohr and Carolina Ojeda.
Floor is yours.
Good evening, President Phillips, board members, Superintendent Allen. My name is Tom Nelson. I am the president of our 3rd District PTA. Our 3rd District PTA is a volunteer organization serving all PTAs in Sacramento County and several surrounding counties. That includes over 20 PTAs inside Sac City Unified and more than 120 PTAs in other school districts like Elk Grove, San Juan, and many others. I'm here tonight to inform the public and educational professionals of the value of PTA. A PTA adds to the image of a school. Schools with PTAs have reputations in their community which attract families. Parents and students have a better impression of the school. Those positive impressions help improve relations with parents. Parents who are involved are role models for their children. Parents model being engaged and having a positive attitude about education. Those positive attitudes improve relationships and behavior of students in classrooms. Social emotional learning relies upon a foundation of good relationships. Our California State PTA works with the California Legislature to promote increased education funding for schools. Our PTA mission is to positively impact the lives of children, including by having teacher salaries competitive with other professions. While our name, PTA, starts with the word parent, right next to it is the word teacher. While the majority of our members are parents, we encourage teachers and administrators and school board members to become members and to show their support for our mission of positively impacting the lives of all children. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Ms. Lohr?
Sorry for the short. I'm Gabby. I'm parent from John Bidwell, and I just want to say that PTA serve as a link between parents and teachers, making sure everyone stays informed and aligned on school goals and activities. Our aim is to support the school and enhance students' learning through active parents' involvement. This helps improve students' performance and create a better learning environment. We assist teachers by organizing resource volunteers and events and by raising funds for school projects and activities. This support enriches the educational experience and provides valuable opportunities. Additionally, the PTA builds school communities by organizing events that bring together students, parents, and teacher, fostering a positive school culture. We also advocate for the school needs and work with the admin and local officials to address issues. In summary, the PTA contributes to a well-rounded education and positive, inclusive school environment benefiting both students and school as a whole. However, we have encountered challenges in getting approved to establish the PTA at John Bidwell. We want to emphasize that our solely purpose is to support the school and our students. We are concerned about the resistance we've been faced, and we will appreciate understanding the reason behind it. Our aim is to work together effectively for the benefit of school community.
Thank you. Ms. Coqueda?
Yes. Good evening, board members. I'd like to start off by thanking you and your time and for allowing us parents, families, and interested parties to address the board with our concerns. My name is Carolina Ojeda, and I am parent to 2 children who are currently attending John Bidwell Elementary School. My son, Leoa, has been a student at John Bidwell since he was in preschool, and my son, Sebastian, just started attending this school year as a kindergartner. The reason I'm standing before you today is to address my concerns as a parent of a student who has attended John Bidwell for many years now, 8 years going on 9 to be exact. And I'm here to vouch that in these past 8 years, my son has attended 1 field trip. It was a field trip to Luther Burbank High School to see a play. In 8 years, that is what John Bidwell has offered my child. But I don't want to stand here and complain of what I know can be fixed, which is why I would like to address our need for a parent-teacher association, our PTA, for the school. We're all here speaking on behalf of many more parents who not only relate to our experiences in the school, but who are also willing to participate and be proactive in our school. We want positive and memorable experiences for our children. We want the PTA because we believe it will build a stronger relationship between the teachers, parents, school all together. Parent involvement in the school means more support for our children. The PTA will help address field trips, school activities, decision-making processes, and much more. I believe parent involvement in schools is a crucial part for their education. We believe that not only are school field trips needed for their positive morale, but also to encourage positive participation on their part. But I'm just going to cut this short. Well, we're really just interested in the PTA to help support, bring the school together, parents, teachers, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this yours?
No.
No more.
Item 8.0, communications. 8.1, employee organization reports. Roll call is, first up, SCTA. Ms. Maleski. Good evening.
Good evening, Board President Phillips and members of the board and Superintendent Allen. I'm Nikki Malevsky, I'm president of the Sacramento City Teachers Association. We are now in our third week of school, and the hard work is really sinking in. Tonight, there are a couple of items on the agenda that really put into the forefront what we believe the highest priority of the district needs to be for the 2025 school year: special education. For too long, SCUSD has failed to provide students with disabilities the education they deserve and to which the district is required to provide both by state and federal law. Later, you will hear presentations from district staff related to both the Black Parallel School Board Settlement Action Plan and the response to the grand jury's investigation. As referenced specifically in the action plan, there was administrative dysfunction in the special education department. This dysfunction is borne out by the district's failure to discuss with us the action plan prior to tonight's presentation. Despite our repeated efforts to discuss it with the leadership of special education department, specifically the SELPA director, who was identified as the primary point of contact. This is not the first time that this failure to communicate has been identified. And as our reading of this report makes clear, this dysfunction is not limited to just outreach and input from us. In addition, there's been no effort by the district to connect with us about the CDE monitor assigned to SCUSD because of its deficiencies in providing services to students with disabilities. Once again, we've been informed that the point of contact, or more accurately, the point of no contact, is the SELPA director. While we have been extremely supportive of the changes initiated by the majority of the school board and Superintendent Allen since she began leading this district, the ongoing crisis of leadership in special education department needs to be addressed and needs to be addressed immediately. The solution, however, is not one in which the district seeks to act unilaterally and without significant input from that is required both by state labor law and our collective bargaining agreement. The solution is not less input, but more input, including from staff, parents, and other informed stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, SEIU. TCS. Teamsters. UPE. Moving on, 8.2, District Advisory Committees. First up, Student Advisory Council. It's quiet tonight, no, okay. Community Advisory Committee, CAC. Good evening. Floor is all yours.
This is intense. Okay, I'm going to be brief. I just want to, thank you, everyone who's here. This year we have a truly dynamic team of educators, parents, and community members who seek to be the bridge and the gap between those who provide special education and those who receive it. We started the year early with board training, and we agreed that the focus this year would be family engagement and inclusive practices. We're going to encourage family engagement by providing educational workshops, sharing community resources, providing information on new and amended policies, participating in community events, and advocating for improvements that parents want to see with their children. For inclusive practices, we plan to increase the disability awareness, engage the students in using surveys, parent liaisons, and encourage collaborative learning. Lastly, we have updated the SELPA website to be a little bit user-friendly with a parent handbook, special ed presentations, child find, and community resources and necessary links for parents. We have our CAC general meeting scheduled for the third Tuesday of the month. I encourage you to attend, one or two. Each meeting will be a safe space for parents, teachers, and staff to voice their opinions, request special ed support, gather resources, and learn something new. That's our motto, is trying to give something back to our parents that they understand can actually use in the household. We have added SELPA parent office times before and after the general meeting for parents to speak directly to the SELPA director and the special ed specialist. And we have also included an open forum at the beginning and the end of the meeting. This year we have 2 major events. We will be working to have the parent advisory groups create a holiday mixer, which we can enjoy, and just kind of let the parents know that they are part of the conversation and a part of what we're doing here. And that's December 17th. Again, you guys are all invited. Then we are working with Special Ed, SELPA, and SCTA to have an end-of-the-year bash and award on June 13th. That would include a scholarship that SCTA has now started this year. We ask for your support as the board in our endeavors to increase family engagement and provide these opportunities for practicing inclusivity. It's early in the year, but there are concerns that have been voiced about the CDE report, about the local plan and how it's going to be implemented, also about unplaced children. We had a lot of parents come in and their children are not assigned, so that is something that I would like to find out more about and encourage you to find out more about. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next up, DLAC, District English Learner Advisory Committee. LCAP, Local Control Accountability Plan. Black African American Advisory Board, BAAB. Community Schools Advisory Committee. And American Indian Education Program Parent Committee. It's always so nice when I call the name and someone gets up, yay! Mike is yours.
Hello, good evening. Put my eyeballs on. Okay. My name is Catalina Avendano. I'm the secretary for the American Indian Education Program Parent Committee. I'm an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma, and I have three students at Sac City Unified. This is my high school student. She likes to be involved in these things. I see her sitting up there one day. Okay. So a quick rundown since the last time we met. We completed our summer program the first week after school got out. We had about 25 students enrolled from K through 6. We did a variety of events throughout the week. We had a painting class, pottery classes. We had people from Save the California Salmon come in and do a fun activity about the salmon lifespan and the importance of saving the environment and the salmon and the importance of that to Native American tribes in California. We did a music class. It was a lot of fun, lots of drums, lots of different instruments from around the world. We did field trips to Mosac and Urban Air, had to get some of those willies out. They were a very active group this summer, made me feel 10 years older than I am. We also had a traditional medicine workshop where the kids got to learn about the different types of medicine, to identify them and the different uses, and also the different regions that they come from. We had basketball, wiffle ball, all those things to get the young bodies a little tired because we're old. We had to wear them out. And so it was good fun, a good success. We're hoping to grow that program so that we can include middle schoolers and then add on high schoolers. It's hard. It was really hard to do a big age range for getting activities that will fit everybody's interests. So we would like to break it up over as we can grow. So this year, currently, we have about 165 enrolled students in our program. A main focus of this year, my personal goal is to increase our involvement with the parents and the students as well. The bigger a community we can grow, the more that people will benefit from it. We have started our MOU for tutoring. So we do offer tutoring for students in need. We always try to identify the ones that, the highest need first. This year, we're doing things a little differently. Normally, we work with a tutoring agency, Total Education Solutions. We are still working with them, but our first plan is when a student is identified as a need for tutoring, oh wow, that clock's going fast, that we're gonna approach teachers on their site, and try to get the tutoring through them on a per diem basis before moving on to the agency if we can't find it. I think it would be better, no travel, the kids are there, it's probably someone they have a relationship with already. Thanks to a fiscal partnership we've developed with SACS Chinese Community Services Center, we are now finally able to have our classroom educator back after a hiatus last year, and so I'm very excited about that, but this is the first time I've gone over. Thank you.
Thank you. That's good. Okay. On to our special presentations. Item 9.1, opening of schools. So excited. Should bring party hats next time. Good evening, Miss Wright.
Good evening, Board President Phillips, Superintendent Allen, and trustees. My name is Yvonne Wright, Chief Academic Officer, and I am very glad to be here tonight for the presentation of the opening of schools. Oops, sorry about that. Can I get this? As we start the new year, we keep our core values and our guiding principles at the forefront of our planning and implementation. As you can see from these pictures, we had a very exciting and a wonderful day on the first day of school. Our students and our families and our staff were very excited for the first day of school. Kicking off the first day of school successfully is supported by the work in every department and school in our district. It includes the work that has transpired over the summer to construction, professional learning, and other departments, as well as what is planned for the 24-25 school year. While everyone in the district-wide has played a role in the successful opening of schools, we'll hear from the departments represented here and be ready to answer questions as you may have from other areas as well.
Good evening, Board. Summary of facilities work and operations and a little bit about transportation. This summer, we completed 4 campus renewals at 2 middle schools and 2 elementary schools, totaling 225 classrooms, receiving new carpet, paint, technology, new playgrounds, new library lifts. 3 of the 4 are receiving new kitchens that will open in October. Part of our goals in sustainability, removing the gas. We are also continuing our new construction with Oak Ridge, Nicholas, and Edward Kimball Cesar Chavez. The work we are doing currently with new construction and these 4 modernization projects total $60 million in state modernization eligibility. That's important as part of our facilities business plan is bringing in that money from the state first that will continue the life of our cash flow for future projects. A little bit of highlight from our summer construction, almost 300,000 square feet was modernized at these projects. Athletic turf is being replaced. We have new softball and baseball fields either almost wrapping up at McClatchy and Burbank and or getting started at JFK and West Campus. New playgrounds, new running tracks, new athletic fields at our elementary level, and then of course, for the first time in probably 30 years, an investment at the district level in new school classroom furniture. Furniture is incredibly expensive, and elementary school costs almost $1 million to furnish. With that, picture-wise, the other picture was campus, Cal Middle's new library, and a little peek of what their furniture looks like. Interactive, colorful, soft seating, but at Cal we did hold on to the historical nature of Cal Middle School. This is a pocket forest at Parkway. This is part of our sustainability work with Chamberlain Seagrass that just is introducing interactive spaces, more shade in the future. She has a couple more projects in the coming years that will mimic our pilot here and what we're learning. And then just speaking on transportation, because of the hard work of HR and the support from the board, we hired 9 new bus drivers this summer, and we have 7 of them going through training right now, which will total 16 new bus drivers in the last 6-7 months. Now introducing, one more for me, good for me. What does the future look like? Planned summer construction for next summer. You see a list of projects. You all have already voted on those contracts. We'll continue our security work over the next year. Ribbon cuttings are coming for the first time in more than 2 decades. New schools are being introduced to our system. We're excited. We had a great little event today at Cesar Chavez Edward Kimball where the students got to come and sign a steel beam that will be placed inside of the new school as part of that new construction. Very energetic out there at the playground, and we don't stop. Pacific and Fern Bacon groundbreaking will be right before we break for the summer. I'd like to introduce Instructional Assistant Superintendent Erin Finley.
Good evening, everyone. The Curriculum and Instruction Department, this has been very busy this summer preparing for the reopening of schools, including supporting summer school, hosting our second summer professional learning conference, receiving and delivering instructional materials, coordinating educational technology, and providing professional learning and support to our educators and leaders. The highlight of this year's reopening, without a doubt, was our 3 days of certificated pre-service, specifically our in-person PL days with our teachers and leaders, which we co-designed with SCTA leadership and our partners in the Sac State College of Education. In collaboration with our high school principals and facilities teams, we hosted 4 separate in-person events for all of our certificated staff. Superintendent Allen and SCTA President Nikki Malevsky joined forces to kick off the school year with a joint message, and then CAO Yvonne Wright welcomed Dr. Michelle Pledger, the author of Liberate, Pocket-Sized Paradigms for Liberatory Learning. She delivered an inspiring interactive keynote about the power of literacy and liberatory learning. In collaboration with SCTA and Sac State, we then facilitated focus groups for certificated staff about their experiences and needs for professional learning. Together with Dr. Sims and the multilingual department, we facilitated more than 60 learning sessions focused on foundational literacy skills for our elementary teachers and ELD and literacy across disciplines for our secondary teachers. And finally, we collaborated with our colleagues in special education, college and career readiness, student support and health services, and early learning and care to provide job-specific training to our educators who are supported by these departments. Site leaders coordinated a site collaboration day, and staff were provided with 1 full day of mandated trainings. To say this year's pre-service was a success is an understatement. The feedback has been incredible, including resounding gratitude for the district and SCTA coming together in support of our young people and adults, an affirmation that this was the best start of the school year many of our educators have ever experienced in Sac City. This is a preview of what we're working on with the school year underway. We have a $2 million investment in professional learning this year with a focus on literacy and numeracy, culture and climate, and multi-tiered systems of supports. We launched a district-wide book distribution of our keynote speakers book to help guide our continued work and further our efforts to create inclusive, culturally sustaining learning environments for our young people and adults. In partnership with SCTA and Sac State, we are analyzing the more than 1,700 responses we received from our PL survey to reimagine professional learning for certificated staff. Our site leaders are engaging in professional learning to develop their instructional leadership capacity, and we are looking forward to working with departments across the district to expand our offerings for classified professional learning. And with that, I will hand it off to our colleagues in Human Resources.
Good evening, everyone. I would just like to highlight a couple of things that we did in order to prepare for opening of school. Earlier this year, we hosted our first 4-year annual Make the Leap to Sac City event on Leap Day. We also have the opportunity to offer open contracts to our student teachers early in the second semester of their work. We went out into the community to recruit our community. At Luther Burbank, we held a special education hiring event. We also are recently working on enhancing our visibility on social media platforms to share the wonderful benefits of working in Sac City, and we are able to expand our outreach beyond our local recruitment. Next, I'm going to hand it over to Jake to talk about what we did in staffing.
Good evening. Human Resources would like to provide an update to district staffing. In an effort to be fully staffed for the opening of schools, HRA is continually improving its processes with a goal to be fully staffed for the first day of school. Some of those improvements this year included transparency of district vacancies, like the certificated dashboard you see here. There's also a classified vacancy dashboard available online to all the public to see. It's updated daily. We have our fingerprints and NCLB test scheduling now aligned and available to anybody to schedule their appointment or change their appointment at their leisure. And the NCLB test is now available on our computers here at the district from a paper form. So they automatically get their results. They automatically get a certificate as soon as if they pass that at that time, which expedites the time for them to be able to apply and become eligible for those vacancies that require it, such as the instructional aid, which is our highly needed area to recruit for. We have revised and updated our onboarding processes for all of our staffing instead of just the onboarding the new folks coming into our district. And we've updated the verification of teaching and allied experience for our teachers coming into the district so we can expedite their information to place them correctly on the salary schedule. We have 104 classroom vacancies this year at the opening of schools. This is 9 more than we had last year, but overall we have 20 less certificated vacancies in the district. Even though we have an overall increase in certificated positions throughout the district due to class size reduction in 4th through 6th grade, increased funding in VAPA positions, the creation of community school specialists, and more. We have filled 304 certificated vacancies this year, 57 more than last year, and 315 classified positions. We still have a lot of work to do, and we continue to make important progress in that work. From the remaining needs, we are pleased to report that our substitute pool is strong with 659 teacher substitutes. That included, we started the year with 103 working substitutes, including 44 dedicated to long-term assignments. We're grateful for our staff's commitment, and we look forward to a successful school year. And we will turn it over to enrollment. Thank you.
Good evening, board member and superintendent. For the 24-25 school year, as of September 3rd, our enrollment for the district was 37,431 students, and is constantly being monitored and continue changing as we currently speak now. This year, with a large number of late submissions, with the reported number of those 700 late applications submitted through our online registration system, I can proudly say that we, as my department has enrolled those students, it got those students into seats. And so for the enrollment center, TK through 12, registration is online and it's available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Once a parent submits their application online, they're immediately contacted by email to confirm their submission of application. The enrollment center hours now are in-person support from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. And we do have additional support with computer access for those families who may need assistance filling out applications. Our Matriculation Orientation Center monitors our phone lines. For parents, within 24 hours, they will return their call. We have Spanish, Hmong, Chinese, Russian, Farsi, Dari, Pasha, and Vietnamese. And it's not on the slide, but I also like to say we thank the superintendent as well as some of the board members who came out to our Get to Know Us fair that we had on the last Saturday of July, which was very successful to our families. And with that, I will pass it over to our attendants.
Good evening, board members. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Sandra Laird, and also with me tonight is
Andrea Torres.
So this 24-25 academic year, the Office of Student Attendance and Engagement continues their work through the LCSSP grant, and with that comes the Greatness Squad with Kevin Bracey at our 10 focus sites. It's a program that is meant to serve 4th, 5th, and 6th grade boys who are Black and brown. It's a lot of fun. It also includes some Tier 1 activities for the entire school and for the families and the community at the very end of the program at each school site. We also have a partnership with the FACE department, and through that partnership, we're able to offer some family engagement opportunities twice a month at our 10 focus sites. It includes a workshop at the first part of the month and a family engagement activity the second part of the month. So that's a really exciting partnership, and we've already had some fun activities, as you can see. And now I turn it over to Andrea.
For our Tier 3 supports this summer, we conducted some Summer Connection home visits for all of our families students and families who we received a SARB referral for. And in those home visits, we took the opportunity to educate our families on our absence process so that they're not surprised when they get those letters and notifications. We also revisited their ESP agreements from their ESPs from the year prior. We connected families to the Infinite Campus parent portal so that they're up to date with their students' grades and attendance. And we provided backpacks, school supplies, and then we will continue to monitor those students' attendance for this 24-25 school year.
So as you may already know, September is Attendance Awareness Month nationwide, and we're also celebrating it here at Sacramento City Unified School District. Part of what we're doing is partnering with the Communications Department to have a community event that will be at Leonardo da Vinci on the 5th of October. Our events have been really successful in the past. They've been a lot of fun, and of course, we would hope to see all of you there. We'd love to see you, so please come out on the 5th of October. We also, in partnership with the Communications Department, have launched an In It to Win It district-wide campaign for attendance. It includes a roaming wrestling belt to schools who have shown improved attendance or just a good attendance rate. And we're building excitement around that. We can't wait to set the tone for this year-long In It to Win It attendance campaign. We have the 20-day attendance challenge for September, where we encourage students, families to have their students attend school 20 days in a row for September to set the tone for a successful attendance year. And I always like to include my favorite quote, without good attendance and engagement, we wouldn't have learning. So attendance and engagement is the foundation of learning. If you think about it, you might see what I mean. And with that, I'd like to go ahead and hand it over to the Expanded Learning Department. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Manpreet Kaur, Director, Youth Development Support Services. Along with all of our other programming, entering into 24-25 school year, we are operating all of our 70 program schools at school sites. As of today, we have 10,209 applications that are online, and this does not include any paper applications that are at the sites. We are offering per diems to our teachers and our classified staff. Last year, with the contracts office, we opened RFQ and hired 4 more qualified providers. as now we are talking about 24-25, so we have started conversations with our summer director, Ning Her, to talk about summer 2025. And now I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Ms. Garner.
All right, good evening. Sorry about that. I'm excited to share all that Student Support and Health Services staff and team have been doing to prepare for the opening of schools. As you can see here, starting with our Foster Youth Services Division. In partnership with the Enrollment Center, we supported over 20 of our families and our foster youth students with being enrolled and appropriately placed in their schools. The Foster Youth Services team organized and hosted a kickoff event to welcome our foster youth students and their families, provided backpacks, school supplies, as well as support with early enrollment in all of our expanded learning programs. They also worked and partnered with Nutrition Services to provide the list of eligible students to ensure access to breakfast, lunch, and supper meals. They are working on securing funding to continue tutoring services for our eligible foster youth and unhoused students. And they are working to prepare to implement the mandated California Healthy Kids Survey across all of our secondary schools in the 7th, 9th, and 11th grades. And then here you can see our Student Support Division's team is working hard as well. They've prepared safe, welcoming Student Support Center spaces at 69 of our school sites. They are collaborating with Enrollment Center as well and community partners to support the specialized enrollment and needs of 185 of our unhoused students. We are working to update, distribute, and train on our revised mental health crisis response and recovery procedures, as well as our suicide risk assessment procedures. We have hired and onboard and continue to train 5 new student support staff, and additional 3 hires are still pending, so excited about that. And hired and onboarded 16 of our 18 site-level community school specialists. And our district community school specialist is working hard alongside them to train them and onboard them to partner at the school sites in implementing the school community grants. The health services team, as you see here, our school nurses were able to provide emergency health training to over 1,400 of our certificated staff during the pre-service certificated trainings. We hired and onboarded 8 new school nurses. We are provided 338 TB risk assessments and 413 student vaccines, ensuring our students could be ready to be enrolled in school through our IZ clinic, immunization clinic. Our nurses are assessed and establish specialized health care procedures for 119 of our students and continue to evaluate and identify any other students as they are enrolled. And lastly, they have developed 2,712 emergency health care plans for over 2,000 of our students who have 1 or more serious health conditions. Our entire team continues to work hard to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of all of our students so they are ready to learn as we continue through the 24-25 school year. And now I will hand it over to our colleagues in Nutrition Services.
Good evening, Diana Flores, Nutrition Services. I want to start by saying our bold mission. Once again, we believe every student, regardless of income, deserves a freshly prepared meal while at school. So all of our decisions have that kind of framework when it comes to our menus and our spaces. This year, we opened CK McClatchy, the first ever in the 17 years I've been here, remodeled cafeteria. Super excited about how it turned out, the work with Chris Ralston, his design and construction teams. And he really saw our vision for our students, emphasizing our farm to school and a quick grab and go. So meal count increases have gone up exponentially since last year and over the course of the last 5 to 6 years at CK McClatchy. So we're really excited to share that here. And next year we're planning on doing Luther Burbank this spring, actually. We're launching many new freshly prepared items: scratch-made macaroni and cheese, chicken barbacoa with lime rice, grilled cheese with fresh baked baguettes, and pasta bolognese. Additionally, some yakisoba noodle salad and chicken noodle soup. We also are continuing our CDFA Farm to School grant, and that grant is particularly special because we are the first district doing a forward growing contract with a farm where they plant all the lettuce and we buy all the lettuce from them. So there is no waste, and it's organic. We pick it up, we wash it, chop it, and send it out on salad bars. We started last year and we're continuing that this year. And then this year we're adding Wilson Farms, who is growing grapes for us and bottling white grape juice only for our Sac City students. What's really fun about that is today it was announced that we got a third round of funding, $610,000, to continue some of our farm to school expansion and also support Food Literacy Center and the work that they do. And then I also want to share that through a No Kid Hungry grant, we were able to purchase 2 mini electric vehicles. We wrapped one of them this summer, and it kind of coordinates with our Soil-Borne grant. And these are images from Soil-Borne Farms, and that is every day being used at CK McClatchy High School, serving 300 meals a day off of it. When you have a point of service like that, you're able to provide more access for students and serve more students. And then we want you to come and visit us at Farm to Fork this year. We will be there with the large mobile food truck on September 21st from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I hope you join us. And next is Student Safety Department.
All right. The cue said safety. I heard extra words, so I didn't think she was talking to me. But, you know, I was just sitting here kind of going over some of the conversation, or knowing this conversation for safety was coming up after the, you know, the sombering news and the tragedy of what happened in Georgia yesterday. 4 people killed, 9 injured, and also, you know, there's some statistics associated with the school year 22-23 where there were 110 school shootings, and in school year 23-24, 144 school shootings, which was a 31% increase. So this summer, we absolutely focused on how we can be proactive and what we can do, not only to change the culture, but also to help our staff to be more aware and more vigilant, you know, about things that are happening on campus. The last 2 weeks, what we were able to do is have our lead campus supervisors and safety officers in the area monitoring our summer programs. And then the last 2 weeks, we had this list of training was a part of the, I called it kind of like an academy where we were able to bring in staff from all of our high schools to have these conversations. So, you know, it's really a culture change, it's really an awareness, and we're having real tough conversations with the IASs about how we're going to impact our school sites and support them to make sure that, God forbid, that, you know, anything associated with these statistics happen at Sac City Unified School District. And then also, a big part of that is prevention and intervention and mediating conflict, which is what we're deeming our phase 3, you know, process this summer. We connected with the Office of Juvenile Justice, Delinquency and Prevention, and learned about what they're calling a model called the School Justice Partnership, which is more of a diversion process for students who are coming into contact with the justice system. And these are our partners that we've committed to. We're working on the agreements to tie this together in a real sustainable way, you know, for something that, you know, is community-led and in support of our students, not only at school, but around the clock, weekends, and the safety across the board. The Reimagine School Safety Group, we started out, I had solicited these organizations who agreed to work with us in our phase 3 as part of our, we were calling it a task force, but they committed to working with us to do whatever it is that we could do to continue the work, which I'm appreciative. But we also had to stop to do the training, so we'll be getting back to these organizations and coordinating our Reimagine School Safety Group for phase 3 here soon. And so I would like to turn it over to communications.
Good evening, board members. I'm the last one, I promise. Brian Heap, Chief Communications Officer, and I just wanted to tell you that in the lead up to the start of school and the back to school, I think the biggest priority and the biggest area of concern for the communications team was around our messaging for families about the change in our start date and moving our schedule ahead by 8 days. And we wanted to make sure that we reached all of our families to let them know that the school year was much different than what they were used to. And I'm very proud tonight to tell you that our average student attendance district-wide during the first week of school was 94%, which is really, really good. And we feel great about that. From our perspective in communications, I think it's a clear signal that those family outreach efforts were a success, and the messaging we did on the website, the messaging we did through Parent Square and other avenues reached families, and they knew when we were starting school, so we're very excited about that. Additionally, I mentioned Parent Square a moment ago. That is the best way that we reach our families and our staff now. It's a very exciting tool, and I'm proud to say that less than 2 weeks into this school year, 98% of our families are contactable through Parent Square. And what that means is we have a confirmed valid email address or telephone number by which we can reach them. So 98% is great. And I can also tell you, we do know who those other 2% are, and we know how to reach them. So we're going to be working with our sites to try to reach those other 2% of families so we can get that number to 100%. Also wanted to tell you that we shared some important information with our families around the different supports that are available within our school system. And attendance team already told you about our In It to Win It campaign that we're partnering with them. President Phillips, you're going to love this belt. I can't wait for you to see this championship belt that we have for the winning school. You're going to love this thing. Moving along to our final slide, I will tell you that we did receive some very positive media coverage. I'll say that again, positive media coverage. On the first day of school, Fox 40 was out at John Still with Superintendent Allen and Crispin, and ABC 10 and all the other, and was out at McClatchy, showing off the amazing work that Chris and his team did with facilities. So they were out showing off the new athletic fields at McClatchy. We had Good Day Sacramento at Cal Middle School, highlighting the improvements there with the new carpeting, the new paint, all the technology changes. We also had ABC 10 CBS 13 was out with the Sacramento Kings as we unveiled the new Sacramento Kings mural at Emoji International Academy, along with Slamson. I know we had a couple of board members out there as well. So some really exciting things, and I just want to thank Al, Nikki, Andrea, and Sean for making all of that happen for us. That's it.
Okay, we need a better round of applause for the beginning of the school year, y'all. I'm excited. Okay, well, that's exciting. I do want to see the belt. I'll get around to it. Moving on, item 9.2. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, we have a whole thing we have to do. Public comment. I'm not in any rush to get home.
There's none.
There are none. Sorry. All right, so now there are none. Moving on again to item 9.2, board comments. I literally don't have my sheet sitting here. I'm staring at yellow, so. My screen's not even on. Wow. Mr. Kayada, you may proceed.
Okay, I just want to thank staff for that presentation, and it really is exciting to start a new school year and to start it earlier with 94%. Amazing. I just wanted to commend also all the work that's been done on our facilities over the summer, especially given that it was 8 days shorter than usual. I can attest that every single day I drove by Matsuyama this summer, there was another truck working there. They tore out the driveway, put it back in. I think it was the day before school started. There was like 3 trucks parked in the median on Windbridge there trying to get the last minute stuff done for the kids. The work at Bernie looking amazing, and I know we're really proud about what's going to be rolling out at Kennedy. I know, it's important to show our families and our community how much we value education and being a positive member of the community by investing in our facilities, and it goes a long way. For enrollment, we always have a couple issues at the beginning of the school year, and I know there's still some kids who are waiting to get enrolled. I wanted to acknowledge to the families that we are working hard on that, and mostly I just wanted to thank staff who I know have been working around the clock. I'm trying to enrollment staff here, and those who, if you can get back with your team as well, really appreciate the work. I know it's really challenging for families, and I'm glad that we have such an amazing team to support the families in this time. And then finally, I just wanted to kind of make a note that, we're rolling out all of our district services, but I also want to see, to make sure that we are welcoming parents and caregivers into schools as well. We had a couple of public comments from the PTA, the 3rd District, and some families to make sure that we're supporting them. If we can see if we can get PTAs onto Parent Square, I think that would also be nice. I'm not sure what the protocols are on that. And then finally, to welcome adults onto our campus to support our students, I was wondering in general, this is, something to look at, but if we could offer some sort of maybe a mobile fingerprinting clinic or a little more availability, because I know it can be a real challenge for parents and caregivers who want to, support kids with field trips or want to volunteer on campus, and they have to be fingerprinted, but they have to come down to CERNA, they got to pay the fee. It can be a challenge beyond what a lot of people are willing to commit to or able to commit to. So just improvements in that area, I think, maybe for next year, will make it a little complete coming back to the campus. But again, what's that? Anyway, I just wanted to thank staff again, everyone who presented here, and all the other people who are behind the scenes that weren't here tonight. Thank you for an amazing rollout of this school year, and we look forward to a great year.
Thank you, Mr. Kayada. So of all the mistakes I've made so far, we had one person who wanted to speak on this. Was there anyone else? All right, so I'm going to move on and get back on track. Thank you, Ms. Kayada. Item 9.2, Ms. Laird and Ms. Torres, you are back up front for Resolution 3435, Recognition of National Attendance Awareness Month.
Okay. Good evening again, Board President Phillips, members of the board, and Superintendent Allen. I am Andrea Torres, Supervisor of Student Attendance and Engagement.
I'm Sandra Laird, Attendance Specialist 3.
And we're here asking for approval on Resolution 3435, Recognition of National Attendance Awareness Month. Whereas the nation is experiencing a school absenteeism crisis, making good attendance more essential than ever to student well-being, achievement, and graduation, whereas student and families are more likely to show up and engage when there are positive conditions for learning at school, including physical and emotional health and safety, a sense of belonging, connection, and support, academic challenges and engagement, and adults and peers with social emotional competency. Whereas reducing chronic absence, missing 10% or more of school for any reason, requires a comprehensive trauma-informed approach that starts the prevention and early intervention, including developing routines and trusting relationships that create a sense of belonging. Whereas improving attendance and engagement takes schools, families, elected leaders, and other community partners working together to rebuild regular and trusting communications and to identify and address barriers to being in school. Whereas taking attendance daily in a caring, consistent manner is essential to identifying when students begin to miss too much school, and for noticing as soon as possible when students are starting to miss too much school, and engaging students and families with needed support and resources. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Sacramento City Unified School District stands with the nation in recognizing September as Attendance Awareness Month. We hereby commit to focusing on reducing absenteeism and addressing the factors that cause students to miss school in order to ensure all children an equal opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive academically, emotionally, and socially. We recognize that we must work together to build an engaging school environment that motivates attendance and sends the message that learning can and must continue.
Specifically, we will engage students, families, educators, and the broader community in working together to identify and remove barriers to attending school in our community, and develop meaningful solutions that ensure all children and youth keep learning despite today's many challenges. Affirm the importance of attending and engaging in school, and discuss with students and families what is needed to make showing up to school worthwhile. Work directly with school sites to engage staff, students, and families in an ongoing effort to improve attendance. Continue to analyze our data to identify which students and schools in our district are most affected by chronic absence, as well as to determine common attendance challenges specific to our urban community that need to be addressed. Provide research-based early intervention support to students who are at risk of becoming or are already considered chronically absent. Thank you so much for your consideration.
Thank you. Do we have public comments?
No
sir?
public comment.
Thank you. Any of my colleagues want to speak on this? Okay, moved. Can we have a second, please? Second. All right. Roll call, please.
Member Kayada?
Aye.
Member Jean? Aye. Member Phillips?
Aye.
Member Pritchett?
Aye.
Member Rhodes?
Aye.
Member Singh?
Aye.
Member Villa?
Aye.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Item 9.3. Double check and make sure I'm looking at the right thing. BAAA. B. No. Yeah,
Good evening
that's right.
again, Board President Phillips, Superintendent Allen, and trustees. My name is Yvonne Wright, Chief Academic Officer, and with me tonight I have Erin Finley, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, and Danny Riletti, Director of Professional Learning, Culture, and Climate. Tonight we are here to present an update for BAAB and a response to the action plan recommended for BAAB, and it's the district's response to and recommendate to their recommendations. Our core values serve as the foundation for our discussion today. To the presentation as a part of our ongoing efforts to confront and rectify inequities in our systems to best serve our students. On May 16, 2024, the Black African American Advisory Board, led by President Terrence Gladney, presented its annual report to the Board of Education. This report included several recommendations aimed at enhancing educational equity and outcomes for Black and African American students. The recommendations are aligned with the district's commitment to fostering an inclusive and supportive learning environment for all students. The presentation tonight serves as an update to the board on the district's progress in implementing the recommendations put forth by the Black African American Advisory Board. The three recommendations are in regard to the staff toolkit, the African American Studies courses, and also a creation of a subcommittee. And next, I will turn it over to Danny Riletti.
Good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to share that we have laid the foundation for the comprehensive toolkit. This initiative has been a collaborative of multi-departmental effort involving myself, Kyle Allen, the bullying and prevention specialist, Liz Sturba, Director of Student Support Health Services, Priscilla Isaias, Supervisor of Family and Community Engagement, and Sandra Laird, Specialist in Attendance and Engagement. As we continue to develop and refine the toolkit, we will actively engage with key stakeholders to gather their input and ensure ongoing collaboration through the process. Our goal is to present the completed toolkit at the first board meeting in February in celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the 2024 Black History Board Month resolution.
Thank you, Danny. So while the February 24th Black History Month board resolution did not specifically call out a commitment to offering African American studies courses to our students, it did include language committing to curricular improvements and considerations that do pave the way for courses and learning experiences that present a more holistic narrative of Black history and the Black experience, along with expectations that our educators have both the knowledge and capacity to incorporate the diverse histories, perspectives, cultures, and achievements of Black African American people, including those of our young people, staff, and families. To that end, the Curriculum and Instruction Department has committed to moving forward on these improvements by pursuing the addition of African American Studies courses in the secondary space, along with our ongoing commitment to consider all new instructional materials adoptions through this lens. Adding new courses to our district course catalog requires that we follow multiple processes that intersect but also have very specific purposes. Because of these requirements and our desire to ensure that courses are properly vetted at the district and state level, that courses are properly staffed at the site level, and that our educators are well prepared and supported to teach the courses, the timeline for this process is generally about 18 to 24 months from idea to implementation. Our course approval process includes a written course proposal and course of study that is approved by both the C&I department and the board. The UC Doorways approval is required for courses to be A to G compliant and is a requirement for our internal approval processes as well. The instructional materials adoption process then includes opportunities for our educators and community partners to weigh in on vetting, piloting, and recommending materials to the board for adoption. All teachers within the subject area are invited to participate, so that would be all history, social studies teachers, in the selection of materials to pilot, and then given the opportunity to actually use the materials with their students. Through this process, we gather feedback and data from our educators, our students, and our community members. That data is then used to generate a recommendation to the board for the final selection and approval of adopted instructional materials. Then there are the technical processes that also must occur for courses to be fully incorporated into our system, which includes course codes and catalogs, registration, staffing considerations and adjustments, and master scheduling. All of this must then be supported by professional learning and support to ensure that our educators are prepared to provide the instruction in appropriate learning environments, hence the 18 to 24 month process from idea to inception. Considering these processes, this slide provides a rough timeline that incorporates that need for these courses to be properly vetted and approved, the allowance for time to put the infrastructure and supports in place that will improve successful implementation of these courses in those culturally sustaining and inclusive learning environments for our Black students and others. I'd also like to share at this time that our GATE Advanced Placement Department is in the process of preparing a course proposal and submission for Advanced Placement African American Studies. Because the College Board provides the course of study that is already approved by UC Doorways, recommended instructional materials, and educator training, we hope we will be able to offer this course beginning in the 25-26 school year at sites that are ready for initial implementation and training. Acknowledging that the AP space may not be the most impactful place to start these courses, we are following that process because some of the work is already in place through the College Board and UC Doorways. So we will be able to implement it more quickly, and we'll look to the structures it provides to learn best practices for implementation on a wider scale. We've also discussed how to bring African American studies into the after-school space so that we are not missing 2 years of possible impact while we work through these required processes. The curriculum and instruction team will be reaching out to our labor partners and other district departments, as well as community partners and educational organizations, to collaborate with us on this important work to ensure we are fulfilling our commitment to honor and respect the diverse histories, cultures, and achievements of Black African American students, staff, and their families.
The last recommendation that we will discuss tonight is the subcommittee creation for special education. This actual recommendation is really in line with our Black Parallel School Board Action on Advocacy, Directive number 22, Action number 6. And the objective is to support the creation and development of a coalition that includes internal and external partners dedicated to promoting family advocacy within Sacramento City Unified School District. And this coalition or subcommittee would collaborate on policies, programs, and education efforts that focuses on empowering families to accelerate student learning. The key components of Action 6 are the formation of a subcommittee to commit to forming of diverse internal and external partners, prioritizing voices from Black families, families of students with disabilities, and other advocacy groups. The next component is family advocacy focus. The subcommittee would focus on ongoing advocacy efforts, ensuring that families are involved in decision-making processes. This includes engaging families in developing policies and programs that directly and impact student outcomes. The next is education and training. The subcommittee would help to train school staff and families, equipping them to collaborate effectively in 5 essential roles that families play in accelerating student learning, including supporting, monitoring, and advocating, and then also regular engagement, having regular meetings and coming together to support learning for their students. Let me just go back for a moment. And so those potential partners could be Black families and Black students, families of students with disabilities, Black parallel school board members, and other external partners as, for example, the Parent Institute for Quality Education, Education and Civil Rights Now. A timeline for this is already set forth in the Black Parallel School Board, in the action plan that was developed by the Independent Monitor. As you see, October 15th, they will be sending out invitations and letters for the subcommittee members. By November 15th, they will finalize the members of the subcommittee, and by November 19th, they will begin scheduling their first subcommittee meetings, and with a deadline to convene by December 10th. Open for questions.
Thank you. Public comment?
We do have one speaker, Terrence Gladney.
Mr. Gladney, mic is yours.
Good evening, and thank you, Board Member Phillips and Ms. Finley and Mr. O'Leary for attending our general meeting last night. What we uplifted last night was that 67 years ago yesterday was the first day of school for the Little Rock Nine. And the relevance to that is that, you know, they had to traverse an unsafe barrier and obstacle to their education, and that in many ways is manifested today, just in different ways, maybe not as violent at all times, but emotionally, mentally, and sometimes spiritually violent for our scholars. With that being so, it also uplifts the fact that, you know, when we write things into policy, it's our collective responsibility to make sure this implemented completely and you know, with the full intent at our school sites and in our systems. That starts by acknowledging where we are. When we look at partners like Sacramento State University, they acknowledge that they are a Black serving institution. The opportunity that wasn't captured was the creation of a safe space for Black students in this district. And again, when we talk about safety, whether it's physical and any other manifestations, that's really the entry point to our scholars to be able to learn. So we need to also uplift and be honest about where we are and are not. I appreciate the work that has been done, and it really just highlights the importance of having, you know, uncomfortable conversations. We're trying to lead as a community-based organization with good governance and acknowledging that we can't do everything at once, but if we do things like create ad hoc committees, we can hyper-focus our efforts to the things that are of the utmost priority. And we understand that, you know, by doing so, hopefully we can be good stewards and models to you all and other groups in the community. The Black Parallel School Board was one of the founding member organizations of the task force that preceded and created the inception of the Black African American Advisory Board. So we do recognize that that work needs to exist in the space that is happening and hope that it is fully reflective and inclusive. When we reflect back to May 16th, there was community solidarity in terms of everyone standing in support of our Black scholars, and that should be reflected in the processes that we are using to change those outcomes. It's not solely the responsibility of staff. It's not solely the representative of BAAB or other organizations, but you guys as a board also have to make a collective stance and statement that says that you guys are willing to do that, both in voice, in policy, and in action. I would really recommend, as we are being really urgent about, make it a priority to visit school sites so that you guys can get a true reflection of the policies and processes you guys vote on and see what they look like at the school sites, and really just remember why we're all collectively doing this work. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have no other comments.
Okay, thanks. Colleagues. Oh, they still have Liliana up there. It's Griffith. We're gonna go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. I'm just curious to, as we proceed with creating the subcommittee and also creating curriculum for African American Studies courses, I'm wondering how specifically student voices and Black student voices are going to be involved in these processes to ensure that these curriculums and subcommittees are also taking into account student perspectives.
Sure. Thank you for asking that question. So our traditional process is to follow for the course adoption process, that it is typically driven by the educators in our system to design the course. Knowing that we are ultimately serving our students, this absolutely points to a need for us to reimagine what that can look like. And I think that this is the right time and place to begin doing that, bringing our student voices into the design of these courses. Also, as far as the instructional materials are concerned, those are teachers use those with students, and then we seek student feedback about their experiences of using the particular instructional materials. We also seek out community member input on that. This particular process of bringing African American Studies coursework into our district, I think, is going to challenge us to expand how we've done this in the past, and I think that this is really important work that we need to do. So we'll be coming to you to talk about that.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Thank you. First off, thank you for the presentation. What I particularly liked was you gave us a timeline. You said 18 to 24 months before we started offering those the African American Studies work. My question is, you also talked about GATE, right, and the Advanced Placement African American Studies for GATE program. And if that program is shown as a good model, can it lead to something like we see at Sac State with the Black Honors? And can it lead to something to where students can be in this program that has a focus and geared towards, similar to how you're talking about in GATE, but in a broader sense in our district?
I think that's a great idea. And I think that, one of the opportunities that we have here, I just said this in response to Justine as well, is really expanding the way that we've done things in the past to be inclusive of our students and families in terms of what they are looking for. Danny and I had the opportunity last night to go to the BAAB board meeting, and so being able to communicate and be in space with our community members and community advocates and hearing what they are really looking for our students is going to be a critical aspect of this. And so I think the idea of creating an honors program that really is designed for our Black students is absolutely something that we should consider looking at and pursuing.
Wonderful, and that will be something I support, especially if we're able to show and model it as being a key avenue to impact some of our students and our outcomes. So, and creating spaces to feel welcomed and home. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for that suggestion. I will say that, one of the things you just said, feeling welcomed and feeling at home is how are we creating those learning environments, right? And that is something that we need to be doing in every classroom, not just in this coursework. So definitely working on those universal strategies to be able to create those
Across the
spaces.
district.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Thanks. Going to move on to item 9.4. SUSD Black Parallel School Board Action Plan. Mr. Linares, you're introducing Ms. Wright.
Good evening again. My name is Yvonne Wright, Chief Academic Officer, and with me tonight I have Giovanni Linares, the SELPA Director, and we're here to present the Black Parallel School Board Action Plan. Again, our guiding principle and core values serve as the foundation and forefront of our planning and implementation of our actions. The Black Parallel School Board filed litigation in 2019 against Sacramento City Unified School District to address disproportionate representation in special education for Black students, disproportionate disciplinary action against Black students as a whole and within special education, inconsistent practices to support Black students with disabilities. We were reflective, introspective, and responsive before the decision on the litigation. One of the outcomes of the litigation was the selection of an independent monitor by the plaintiffs and the district. One of the most critical tasks of the independent monitor was to develop an action plan for the district with the input of the district and the Black Parallel School Board. Next, I will pass it over to Gio Linares, but I'll also say that in this presentation, you will hear background on the Black Parallel School Board litigation, as well as the action plan overview, and then our next steps.
Good evening. So as mentioned by our CIO, the litigation, which was official as of 2019, identified a number of areas of concern regarding the educational experience of Black students and students with disabilities within SCUSD. Although the district identified and recognized the need to improve these experiences, adjustments and/or changes did not yield the needed improvements. This is reflected in the overall achievement of Black students as well as students with disabilities, in the suspension rate, graduation rate for these particular groups. Through this lack of effective transformation, the litigation identified the need to extend oversight of improvement efforts and planning for these improvements to an independent monitor. The agreement provided a step-by-step process in which parties each interviewed and collaboratively identified who this independent monitor was going to be. The monitor for this action plan is Dr. Gregory Peters with the San Francisco Coalition of Essential Small Schools. Dr. Peters has led both parties through the development of this action plan. He utilized the identified 22 directives from the negotiated agreement to develop actions, metrics, and timelines for implementation. Dr. Peters has worked with both groups to establish a clear action as identified with many timelines, with a focus on a growth model which will seek to systematize these efforts of this plan for sustainability beyond the monitoring period. Dr. Peters has met with and interviewed not only the two parties of the SCUSD and BPSB, but with a number of other community members, labor groups that are identified within the suit, and had various levels of engagement through that process. So now when we start to look at what's in this action plan, I will share that the action plan serves as a plan for addressing the needs across the special education department and beyond.
We all know that the experience for Black students with disabilities have not occurred in a vacuum of special education within itself. Each student should experience opportunities within general education whenever possible. They may encounter processes for things like discipline. The scope of this action plan seeks to inform and advocate for systemic changes that center on the experience of these marginalized student groups, not just on particular departments. It also seeks to be more informed by families and the public that have experienced these systemic barriers. Within the special education department, there are a number of goals that speak to better informing the impact of these specialized supports. Tools are being developed to help inform IEP teams on how to discuss and measure supports. The independent monitor has recognized that implementing the type of significant change identified in this action plan will take time. SUSD has a focus and a plan. Integrating the action plan across this existing vision within the academic office will not happen overnight and will require engagement from all stakeholders. This will include the community, labor partners, and students. The SELPA is working with our Director of Labor Relations to align the action plan needs with those of the academic office to better engage labor partners to support the more impactful conversation which the independent monitor is stressing to everyone. This is highlighted within one of the actions itself within Directive 22, Action 3, that states that SCUSD shall prioritize the action plan requirements consistently in negotiations with labor partners to ensure that there are no labor-related impediments to implementation. This is to start during the 24-25 school year and is why we are working within the academic office as well as our partners within human resources to ensure that we are having a consistent and impactful conversation in those labor negotiations conversations. Another area before I go on to this one that I also want to highlight is one particular action, Directives 3, 4, and 5, Action 9. And this action speaks to development of an independent monitor-led committee that examines the district's continuum of placement options, in particular within the use of segregated sites. One of those sites, for instance, for SCUSD is John Morse Therapeutic Center. Although segregated sites do not provide opportunity to engage with typically developing peers on a consistent basis, I will share that it is my opinion, which I have shared with the independent monitor, BPSB, and our cabinet, that in my opinion, the site like John Morse has a very specific purpose and is a value to within our continuum of services. Although there is going to be a committee that looks at the use of segregated sites, it is definitely my opinion that it would be a benefit to maintain that. So now we look at discipline reform. One of the major areas of the SUSD action plan is reform on our disciplinary practices. In the past, we have heard about our suspension rates, in particular for Black students. Additionally, we have heard about practices like silent suspensions. The independent monitor reviewed data from our district over a number of years and across multiple programs to help identify what our baseline is. He also interviewed a number of individuals to better understand the practices that are in place and what happens day to day. In the action plan, there's a very specific action to work collaboratively with labor partners and other partners to develop updated discipline guidelines that reflect the needs of our students, our staff, and community. The independent monitor has made it a focus of his plan to create a level of transparency and accountability that has not been in place before. This action plan strengthens the partnerships between schools and home, and there are multiple opportunities within the action plan to be involved to various levels. This involvement can look like survey completion, participating in workshops, participating in various committees, and providing advocacy and oversight, as was identified in the previous presentation. So when we start to look at some next steps, there are some immediate pieces that come to mind. First is that we've created a website for the action plan. I'm pretty sure that whether it's tonight or early tomorrow, we will have a press release on the publication of the action plan that also comes with a website that has the action plan on it, that has a glossary of terms. There is a list of all the committees that are associated with the action plan and ways to get involved. There's also a hotline that speaks to if you have questions about the action plan, concerns about implementation about the action plan, that goes directly to the independent monitor that will then provide updates and information to the public as well as give information to the district and Black Parallel School Board. We did a preview of the websites today with the Independent Monitor and Black Parallel School Board during our weekly meeting. I'll also share that we have begun implementation of various actions and are in the process of many more. As a part of that website, we did a call for the community to get more involved, and that's through the committee work that is essential to this plan. And I will lastly share that this is going to be an ongoing process over the next 5 years with a constant need for assessment and adjustment as data is received, with the goal of creating a sustainable plan for long-term and effective change. Lastly, I will share that we will soon begin seeing Greg, our independent monitor here, giving quarterly updates to the board on the implementation of the action plan. I'm sure in that time, especially in his first presentation, we'll review what the process was like to end up with this action plan, and we'll also give a status update on the implementation of that action plan and things that are being worked on. Take any questions?
Thank you. Public comment?
We have two speakers, Carl Pinkston and Lamaya Coleman.
Good evening, Mr. Pinkston. Floor is yours.
Good afternoon, board members and Superintendent Lisa Allen. My name is Carl Pinkston. I'm with the Black Parallel School Board. I also wanted to give context to the action plan because it's very lengthy, very detailed. Mr. White would say there's 166 actions that's a part of that. But I wanted to say for the community and for the broader family, in 2017, we had a listening session, and we had a number of parents that came to talk about their child with special need and not getting the services here in this district. There was a lot of crying going on. There was a lot of pain going on, and we said we wanted to do something. We submitted some recommendation. The Great City Report made some recommendation, and nothing happened. That's the reason why we had to file this lawsuit, to get this district to do something. As a result, this action plan is to show to the community and parents and students in particular that there will be very specific action and changes that will take place around bullying, around suspension, around services of support, around communication, around very specific things that should be relatively simple. So this is a second step of a process of full implementation to be provided for students in this process. And then one last thing before I leave. I do want to acknowledge and say thank you to Mary Harton Young for helping two of our parents during the enrollment period. So I didn't want to give all negative stories, so I wanted to at least give something to acknowledge a positive effort. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Lamaya Coleman. I'm the mother of an 11th grader at McClatchy, and I've been a sub in the district for about 10 years. As a sub in the district, I have been in many different classrooms, many different SDC classrooms. I know that I have historically noticed it's very common for the most capable student in the classroom to be Black. I also know that, unfortunately, as a person who carries racism, I interpret things differently sometimes, and I'm not proud of that, like in a bad way. My next door neighbor is also white, has a child living with autism, and our special education has not served her son well, and that's with all the advantages that they have. So I'm very much in support of this. I think it's really important. I've seen the direct from my neighbor's experience, and then as a sub. As Carl said, this is the second step in transforming our special education. We have a long way to go. We need to collect more data. We need policy change. Obviously, we need more support services. And I mean, in terms of like the IEPs, I've seen students not receive, and I know that I have not always, as a long-term sub, not always provided everything that students with IEPs have written into their IEPs. I know it's not easy necessarily to do. But implementing this, we we have a chance for parents to see real change and support for Black students in particular Black students with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Any of my colleagues? Mr. Kayada?
First, I would like to thank the Black Parallel School Board and the plaintiffs who brought this action. You did what so many in this community have been trying to do for decades, which is to get this administrative behemoth of an organization to stand up and listen and actually commit to real accountable change. Thank you so much on behalf of all the students in the district for doing this, for making this happen. You know, when I was working on the litigation through the CAC a couple of years ago, and we were seeing the district stand up and listen and use this as a tool to really commit to the change that had been kind of given lip service to before, to be honest. I'm really hopeful for what this will do for our community and for our students, particularly our Black students. In terms of the action plan and kind of what I would like to see in the future, I guess, you know, and Carl kind of acknowledged this, but it's a lengthy document. It's not very approachable to the average, you know, parent. If when we bring this back for periodic updates, if we can kind of have maybe an executive summary. I know that the presentation did some of this, but kind of a living, or not living document, a point in time document that we can have, you know, on a routine basis that won't just get lost in board meeting. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, just, I completely agree. I think that one of the things in the action plan is the development of dashboards that are going to speak to public facing. You can go onto essentially a website and see how the implementation of the action plan is going and where things are. That is expected to be in place in January. And we're working with our tech team to kind of make it approachable. Obviously parent friendly, so it's not full of a bunch of special ed jargon. But it is an aspect of what's in the action plan already.
Great. You know, and I definitely appreciate that and very much support that. But I think what I'm asking for is also something additional, which is, as of this date, here's basically a high level, like, what are we currently working on? And more importantly, what are we currently facing as obstacles? So it's clear to the board and to the community, like, we have all this data, we have this dashboard, we have, you know, a 200-page plan, but also here's currently what is kind of the priority. Just kind of a point in time documents. So the other thing is, you know, I want to make sure that we don't kind of revert to kind of some of the district's worst practices in our history of, especially with something that's litigation, and if we don't meet the settlement terms, you know, there's legal consequences, that we don't fall into a legalistic, protective, like, we're not going to challenge ourselves because we don't want to have liability for messing up the settlement. I don't want that to guide us. We need to think bigger than that. You know, looking at how do we make the real long-term changes, not, you know, using expressions like, you know, we don't want to have labor impediments. Labor impediment is a legalistic way of looking at achieving the settlement terms versus inviting labor to the table, inviting people to the table. You know, even board members are being discouraged from talking to the independent monitor because we're worried about legal consequence. But if the board members who are representatives of the community and hear about these issues are not part of the table, and if other members of our community aren't brought in because we're worried about just meeting these legal terms, we're not going to be able to do the most with this that we can. And I fully acknowledge that it took this kind of a threat to make us stand up and do the work, but it also shouldn't be something that boxes us in and prevents us from doing really what the intent of this litigation is. I don't want to just check the boxes here. We need to completely reimagine how we treat our students. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Villa.
Okay, thank you so much for bringing this to the board. You know, reading some of these, well, first let me start. When I read the overview, there's some parts that really stand out to me. You know, the fact that during, which we know these things, but during the assessment process, I am faced systematic access to the data necessary to develop baseline data and goals to continue the action plan. And that's stated in several different paragraphs throughout this report, that we don't even have baseline data, and that goes for multiple items in this action plan. So how do we, first question, if we don't have that baseline data for this individual to put through this plan, that concerns me, because this is a extremely massive action plan, which I'm thankful for, but it is heavy. I mean, there are a lot of things that we need to do as a district to change and do things the right way. So with that, my question more is, what do you need from this board to support you, in this action plan? Do you need more staff? Because this is really in-depth. Like, what are you going to need from us? I can't see how our system is currently set up that we can roll this out successfully, to be honest. I want to make sure that we're not going backwards, that we're moving forward, and we need to be able to hold the standard. The standard is the standard. So what do we do? That's my question.
Start answering that? Okay. So one of the things that you'll see later on in your board agenda is the approval of a SELPA administrator position that is directly tied to helping with the implementation of this action plan. So I would share that would be extremely helpful in having the supports to help monitor the implementation. Obviously, within Independent Monitor, we're handing over a lot of the implementation and monitoring aspects of it, but it is also very specific that the SELPA is taking the role of being sort of alongside the Independent Monitor, because through the work of what a SELPA does, that's what would be the job of the SELPA, is helping to ensure that we have a full continuum of services and that we're meeting all of our federal assurances, which is definitely tied to this action plan. So having the support of like that position would be helpful, for instance. I think that if you look at the action plan, there are a lot of actions that speak to utilizing the implementation in this first year to identify what needs to be redesigned, reconstituted, added to. So at this point, I think we have to start to engage in that process of how are we gathering the data, who is responsible for that, how do we partner with different departments to ensure that process is taking place? How do we work with reviewing that data consistently with our site administrators, with our staff, across the board to say, how are schools looking at suspension data? How is LRE data being observed by our school site leaders? How are they utilizing it with their staff? I think over time, this first year, we'll start to see where are there gaps within that process, where we may need extra support, where we may need to sort of redesign what existing staff do. At this point, very similar to the IM, jumping to the place of saying this is what we need, it would be a bit disingenuous to the lack of a baseline to help identify that.
Okay. I appreciate that. So I'm just going to give you another perspective based on what you're saying and what I'm reading here. So with the workload that we already currently have in this district to support our students and our teachers and our staff, and then we're going to add this plan, that's very overwhelming. And I'm not saying that we don't have people to do that, but I want you guys, and one administrator is great, but I think that we honestly need to look at this as a bigger umbrella of what we can do to support all of our students, because I'm worried that if we get focused on this, what's going to get left behind over here? And we are a large machine and things move fast, and we've seen that, and this is why a lot of our kids are in the situation that they are. But the amount of time, I'm just concerned about, getting files, like table number 4, required action 1, providing student files. I mean, this is intense work. I'm just trying to think more of like, not a problem, but what a solution. So the solution to me, if you need more people to support this action so we can still continue to support our students and staff, families, let's do that, because this is important. This has to be completely revolutionary for our district. So that's all that I want to say about that.
Thanks, Jamie. Member Chu Griffith?
Yes. First off, I just want to thank the Black Parallel School Board for bringing this up and bringing this to the school board. Just reflecting on my brother's experience in special ed and the community's experience as a whole in special ed, it can be incredibly frustrating, not just for families and students. And I see a lot of language in the action plan about engaging families in the community, but I also want to ensure we're not just engaging families and parents, but also engaging the students who are in these special ed classrooms, and ensuring that they have a say in how their education is being run. They are the ones also giving input on how they feel this action plan is being implemented, because they're the ones who are experiencing this, who are experiencing special education every day. So I think it's important that we not just bring in families, bring in community members when we are creating these, like, I guess, consulting the community, but also consulting students.
Thank you. Ms. Jean?
So I'm processing this. My educator brain is really spinning right now as I'm thinking through all of this and looking at 166 actions. We've used the words comprehensive and far-reaching, and that's very true. And I think about how it's an education thing, but really it's the world. We start operating in silos. And this plan is about basically saying silos cannot exist for our kids, which means it's not just the one SELPA director position, which I agree will be helpful, but it's about how are we building our relationships between all of the people that need to be a part of this. I'm really grappling with this role of the independent monitor. Because on one hand, I understand where this is coming from, the space of the legal, and, you know, as Mr. Pinkney said, that, you know, it's been since 2017, 7 years of student education, and we're still not getting it right, and it's longer than that. And so trust in somebody that, you know, when there's not trust between groups, we think of an outside person that can come in and that can be a facilitator and the builder of that trust. And an independent monitor, I believe, is acting in that role. Please let me know if I'm misinterpreting that idea. But as I read this plan, that monitor has a lot of control over this plan and what we get to do. And I'm processing that. Because we have phenomenal educators here with incredible expertise. The teachers in the classrooms, the instructional aides, the staff on school sites that are working inside of a system that is not helping them succeed. And I'm not reading their expertise in here. And I don't know if it's yet the fact that we have data barriers, and I'm hoping that we are investigating why we have data barriers and how we fix that, because that's a part of that silo issue. We need to get rid of the data barriers. But I didn't see a lot of teacher voice in this. I didn't see a lot of the voice of the staff that is working directly with these kiddos. It looks a lot like an independent monitor is giving us a plan, and we don't need a Superman to rescue us. We are the ones that can save ourselves. So I'm rambling at this point because my brain is processing this. I think my ultimate big question is, it says we are taking action on this tonight. What is our action? Are we receiving this info, or are we approving this plan?
Based off of what's in the agreement does not require board approval of the action plan.
Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful. So why does it say conference action on here? What action are we taking? The action that we received it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, just want to confirm that. I have no problem taking action. We received this. I'm having a hard time going, if it was our job to approve it, I need a lot more time to process this, because as I think both board members, Kayada and Villa, mentioned, if we're going to take a commitment to follow this, and we're already, I'm assuming, defunct because there are deadlines in here for September 1st that I'm sure weren't followed. And I'm really tired of saying, and when I say I'm sure they weren't followed, maybe I'm making a huge assumption and they were, and that would be amazing. But I'm tired of approving things and saying we're going to do it, and then it doesn't happen, and then nothing has changed, right? So I am happy to say we've received this and that we're going to engage in deep conversations on what we do with this. I don't want to approve something if we're not going to succeed. So, and I'm concerned about success at the moment. The last thing I want to point out to our school board, this is a conversation I've started having with our superintendent. We do not regularly update our board policies, and our board policies are incredibly defunct and ancient. And one of the huge directives in here is actually to us to do that work. And that's on the 7/8 of us up here to make sure that happens. So we are a part of we cannot be in our own silo. We have to team up if we're going to make this work. So I don't know if all of the board had picked up on, it is in multiple of these directives that we have to update our policy. So we have work to do too. And thank you for letting me ramble and listening.
Thank you, Mr. Singh.
All right. I'm just going to confirm something. This is a lawsuit. This is a plan that we have to agree to through the lawsuit. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. So there's nothing we can really do except put some trust into this process, from my understanding. And I think what I'm trying to say is we need to trust the process. And when we talk about supporting all our kids, if we're supporting the students who are suffering the most, which is our Black students and students who are in special education, if we find a way to support them, then we are going to automatically figure out a way to support all of our kids. That's exactly how the mantra of Black Lives Matter works. When Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, and that process is supposed to show up through this work right here. So I don't want to say too much. All I want to say is the more updates we can get, the more clarity we can get, and also some clarity around process and how the SELPA director actually works out for you all, let us know. I don't sit in a world where I think this is automatically going to fix all the woes and all the concerns, but I see it as a start, and the lawsuit happened for a reason. But I also share the concerns. If there's concerns on what we can do better, I hear that from other board members, but I just want to clarify that the reason we're not taking action is because the action has been taken for us. So.
Yeah. There you go.
It does need to be adopted by this board, not just simply received. So there does need to be action to approve this.
What I mean is, the lawsuit has happened. Like we
Yes, this is from the settlement agreement of that lawsuit. This is a requirement. Yeah.
Something we have to do.
Have to.
Well, they do have to adopt it.
Right.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yeah, well said. I was going to go down the same line as you. So, two things. When you help Black students, you help all students, period. Talent is universal, opportunity is not, period. And this gives us an opportunity to change those dynamics here in our district. And I look forward to approving. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, in order to change something that someone talked about in 2016 means that we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's racism. And so when we talk about all students, I absolutely am excited about doing what we can for all students, but I really want to make sure that our focus here is on the Black students. And I know it might seem like we might be siloing again. This is a very, very important silo that everybody needs to stand around and watch and see what has been lost to these students in the silo. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, this is a settlement for a reason. And I literally take the elephant in the room and I put him over there. So I'm going to point at him a couple times. It's important for us to understand that this is because things have not happened well and will not happen well and might continue to not happen well if we don't talk about the problem that led us here, the problem that put these students into silos in the first place. This isn't like a new plan. This is a plan that should have been in place all along, and I'm not labeling this with SCUSD at all. This is the way the world works. Welcome to America. But this is definitely something that we need to focus our own, I mean, yes, I'm a Black woman, but we need to focus away from any adult feelings in this at all, because it truly is a failure in a system that now has been recognized. And if we can get this together and do what we need to do and recognize dude over there, then we're going to make the change. And I'd love to see golden bells handed out for every school district for doing it the right way. Now, granted, sometimes this is what happens and we get put in this position, but I want us to really understand, like, what has been explained. We don't have the power to talk about and deliberate what we want to change. Can't do a thing about that now. This is now being submitted. Madam Council says we're going to find our way toward adoption if that vote turns that way. but it's not just saying, yay, we got a plan, everybody wrote it down on a piece of paper, and we're going to do that. The focus here is Black students. There will be a benefit to other students, but you really, just remember Rhodes said it, you have to start with those who are least served. And it means literally leaving the all lives matter topic of conversation out of our conversations. I don't want to talk about all lives because that's not important here. Sorry. But what's more important is that we are talking specifically of Black lives. That includes our socially, economically, I forgot what the D means this week, our unhoused students, our students who are shuttled into special education, it involves everything that has to do with Black students. I'm saying that in a way that I think if we don't talk about the elephant in the room, we had a substitute teacher come up here and she absolutely admitted it is hard to take your bias out of what you're doing. If you are working from a place of privilege, that is where we need to make the shift. That is the only shift that I see working in making this work. And I really don't want to hear about the consequences if we don't do it, because it's not going to be a worry. We're going to get this done, but this is definitely an elephant in the room that we need to keep in mind. So it's not, a lot of times it's, what about me? We don't care about you. We only care about Black kids. But at the same time, the least of us that get the assistance will absolutely lift everyone else. You are not left alone. Remember, Singh said it also, the true definition. When Black lives matter, guess what? So, I want to just kind of encourage you guys to have those uncomfortable conversations. Folks can roll their eyes, they can feel bad about it. They might want to consider teaching a different set of kids, because maybe this isn't where they need to be. And I know you guys are all gung-ho and ready to get in this. I'm really excited to see what happens. But I really want us as a governing body to focus on the least served in this district, and knowing that if we can focus there, we will lift everyone. There will not be a need to have specific conversations outside of special education, which means all students in receiving special education services. But right now, we got to get the kids out who may have been shuttled in us unnecessarily. We got to get the kids who were sent home because somebody thought they looked at them sideways, or you're considered a grown man at 7. So that's what I really want to make sure that we focus on. So y'all know I am not a big fan of All Lives Matter, and I'm sure I've said this to a lot of people. I don't want to hear about All Lives Matter. I want to hear about what we're doing right now to fix the very specific problem that is Black children in our school district being injured and being failed to be educated. So I will probably, the next conversations we have is fantastic. To member Jean's point, if somebody sends you an invite for let's get together and talk about our policies and get this together, I need you guys to answer. I'm only saying this out here, I'm not doing public call outs, but if I send an email and it says, we really need to get this done, we're getting to the end of everyone's term, things are changing, but we haven't looked at our bylaws, we haven't looked at specific policies, we haven't looked at anything that will help us operate better. From the top down, we literally can be the problem that stops all of this success. And if we can't pull ourselves together and recognize that, we got a problem. So if I send an email, I'm kind of mama-ing you guys right now, but if I send an email and it says, maybe we need to get together and have a workshop so we can talk about all this stuff, I really need you guys to talk to your wives, talk to your husbands, talk to people you need to talk to, but find the time to make this work. This is the sacrifice that we, as board members, were elected to fulfill for our community. So, I know I'm not a big fan of vacations myself. I'd love to have one. But while this is going on, y'all don't get to go nowhere. We don't need to go anywhere until we get this solved. So we need to figure out how we operate, and then this will operate in a better manner. And I'm willing to bet you that this over here will be talked about more, because we will be able to focus outside of any adult problems that seem to be getting in the way of fixing this. So, and I ramble, and that's the story of my life, but I really want you guys to understand. You see what I'm saying? If I send an email, maybe that's not an empty threat. If I send an email, I really want you guys to answer. I need it timely. I need you guys to make sacrifices. If we are not governing properly, we are not helping the school district in any way. So I have said my piece, but I really want to make sure that you guys understand that. This ain't about us. This isn't about election. This isn't about anything but this particular set of students who have been injured, not even by our fault, but by a system that we have to fight. So be good for now, and I'm willing to take a motion. Okay, we have a motion. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
Member Kayada.
Aye.
Member Jean.
Aye.
Member Phillips.
Aye.
Member Pritchett. Aye. Member Rhodes.
Aye.
Member Singh.
Aye.
Member Villa.
Aye.
So moved.
The elephant's gonna sit right here until this changes. And I'll have to find my way back at a later time to do that. Anyway, we're moving on to item 9.5. Oh, sorry. E, how many times, that's your pen. How many times have I skipped you? There's a lot going on up here. Long story short, I did neglect. If I don't call student preferential, okay, and truly, because that helps anyone who's sitting in the seat in the future to remember that student preferential, it's on the paper. Doesn't mean I'm gonna say it. So, you know, we gotta work on an even base here. So I may be a grown-up, but that I'm doing it wrong, so make sure I know. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Answer your emails, y'all. I'm so serious. Item 9.5. Last June, Sacramento County Grand Jury issued an investigative report, including 9 findings and 13 recommendations related to the district's special education services. The grand jury requested the board reply to its findings and recommendations, and we are presented tonight with the final draft of that reply for board approval. I wanted to underscore the importance of this work and the board's commitment to improving special education services and correcting systems that contribute to a disproportionately high number of students in general, and Black and African American students in particular, identified as having disabilities. We take the grand jury's findings and recommendations seriously and are actively engaging in efforts to improve our special education services and supports. One significant step is the implementation of the action plan, which we just heard, that we just approved, developed with the Black Parallel School Board and the use of an independent monitor. While significant, that step alone is not enough. Through our continued collaboration with the California Department of Ed, CDE, and the Black Parallel School Board and others, as well as the work of our district staff, the Sacramento City Unified School District, SELPA, LCAP, and MTSS teams, we're committed to making the necessary changes to ensure that all Sacramento City students can access the special education services they need. While it was not easy to read these criticisms and concerns raised by the grand jury, it is our duty to face these issues head on because our students deserve better. So we are now moving into 9.4, and this is Black Parallel, approving the grand jury response 9.5. This is an action item. I'm going to request any public comment.
We have none.
Interesting. Would any of my fellow board members like to speak on that? Mr. Kayada?
So I'm slightly troubled by this response that staff has drafted for the board. I know that staff offered to meet with the board, and I believe most of us met with staff to hear information about this. But I don't necessarily think that this response fully captures the board's comments on the grand jury report that we've illustrated from the dais. I don't think that this response goes far enough to fully addressing the concerns the grand jury raised, which are very significant and which I've spoken on before, but which require full oversight that is fully responsive to our community. When I read this response, a lot of it seems to say, we're already working on the Black Parallel School Board settlement, and that will solve all these problems. And I don't think that that necessarily will solve everything that was raised by the grand jury or the complete scope of what we need to do to respond to what the grand jury found, and which, as the grand jury report mentioned, multiple previous reports have found. I'm especially concerned that we need to go further to making sure that we are addressing students who are provided insufficient services. And we see this when we have when we approve settlement agreements for special ed and all these closed sessions. We have students who are trying to get services and aren't provided them, or who do not receive timely services, or who do not receive basically appropriate education commensurate with their disability. So I guess I'm saying two things. One is that I don't think that the Black Parallel School Board litigation is the perfect silver bullet for everything that is in special education. So I think we need to do more than just that. And the other thing is, and I believe Member Jean mentioned this, and I kind of mentioned it in the previous agenda item as well, the independent monitor serves a critical role for that litigation, but they're not representative to the full community, they're not representative to the board, and it doesn't necessarily provide full community input to make sure that we're tackling all of these problems. So what I would like to do is, this response, I would take it as it is, but I would add that the board should form its own committee, a blue ribbon committee, to last for 1 year, just to monitor the oversight of these grand jury findings. And this would be separate and independent from the other actions that we're doing in special education, and separate and independent from the Black Parallel School Board litigation.
Is that an amendment, Taylor? You're asking for an amendment to that?
Well, so I guess I would defer to the board president if you'd like me to make a formal motion, or if discussion is appropriate at this time.
I'm not really sure now that I'm sitting here thinking about this. Grand jury, our response to the grand jury is almost an admission to a certain level of not quite doing what we need to do. And you're saying that currently our response, we're basically just approving our response, but you're saying you want us to go back and modify this response to add that we need to have, or we're going to form a committee. We're a bunch of people with jobs, but okay, you want to form a separate committee.
So a limited term committee.
For a year to monitor changes.
Well, and I guess, maybe I'm not being as clear as I would like to be. I think that relying on the independent monitor and the Black Parallel School Board litigation to solve our problems is the board abdicating its responsibility to fully track our response to the grand jury report. So I think, and it wouldn't be the full board, of course. What I would propose would be maybe 1 or 2 board members, some teachers and aides, some parents, maybe some experts in special education, and maybe even a grand juror if they'd like to come back and work with us.
Okay, so I do know, okay, and I think I'm hearing what you're saying. So I'm hoping someone else wants to pop in here because it sounds, right, go ahead. Turn your mic on. Turn your mic on.
Microphone, please. Sorry about that. To have a separate committee, creating an ad hoc committee for this, does it have to be something that's written into our response, or because it's a response, or can it just be something that we take up at a different time so we can have conversation about it? I don't see how the two have to be merged into one. That's my thought process.
Can I respond to that? So what I was thinking was we would approve this response with a slight amendment to say, and the district, or and the board will form a blue ribbon committee, and then we would return with that committee at a subsequent meeting. So that it would just be a commitment to form that, and then that would come back later.
I guess once again, my question is, do we have to form a committee, does it have to be written inside of a response, or are you looking for a way so that you can have some assurance that we're going to form a committee? Is this a way for you to ensure that the committee you want to create is in writing so that it can have teeth and backup? Or is this like something you actually really feel like it adds to the letter that we wrote? I'm trying to get clarity, because I don't understand.
So when we respond to the grand jury, this is going to be our official response. I think we need to tell them what we were going to do in response to what they've presented to us. And this response will be, available to people beyond the confines of our usual, our SCUSD space. So I guess I'm trying to directly answer your question. I'm not trying to ensure teeth. I trust that if we commit to do this, we will do this. I think I would like to provide that as part of our response. This is one of the things we will do, just like all the other items that the draft says that we will do.
So are you asking that we retool this, or you're asking that we approve it as is? That's your...
I'm asking that the formal response that goes out just include that additional part, that the board will form a committee at a subsequent meeting.
Then we're committing to something that we haven't planned on doing. Like, we haven't talked about it other than right now we're gonna start some work on this. We might have conversations outside of approving this particular response. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't mind coming back to it.
What I think that is concerning about Member Kayada's request is that he's making an assumption that the entire board agrees with him, and we haven't had proper time to have the conversations. And so if there's something that Member Kayada would like to form, I think that it should be taken up at a different meeting. That's just my opinion, but I defer to my colleagues as well.
Okay, well, let's hear Member Jean.
Thank you. Our CAC committee report was awesome tonight, and I was so excited to hear about the vision and the plans in that space. And then reading through the action plan we just approved or ratified or whatever it was we officially did, already has quite a few committees that need to be established. So at this point, I'm hesitant to say let's form yet another one. I heard that we would be getting quarterly reports from the IM, and I'd like to start with those quarterly reports to then see if we need to, if our board meetings are too long and we need to take it offline and put it into yet another committee. So at this point, there are times when committees are incredibly powerful and helpful, and there's times when we'd have a lot of committees spinning in lots of directions, and I don't know how they'd be working together. So I'm hesitant to put a committee into this one when we've already got a lot of others spinning.
So are you wanting to make a friendly motion so we can vote on it, or are you pulling it back? And does anyone else want to speak on that? Because it does sound like something that it'd be cool if we could just kind of step aside and add this to something that we will monitor over there as opposed to in the process of what we're doing. So has any, and I haven't heard a motion, so I'm gonna say that. I haven't heard a motion. So is anyone willing to move to approve the grand jury response as is? So Member Villa has moved to, and I hear a second from Ms. Pritchett. Okay, so we're gonna take a roll call, and first things first is we're gonna do student preferential vote.
Aye.
Member Kayada.
No.
Member Jean.
Aye.
Member Phillips.
Aye.
Member Pritchett. Aye. Member Rhodes.
Aye.
Member Singh.
Aye.
Member Villa.
Aye.
Motion moves.
Okay, and as that's moving, that's not that we're putting it aside. So we need to work. If there is something that you want to do, then we need to have a different discussion regarding this separate from this. That's kind of what it sounds like, but always optimistic. I'll move on. Item 10.0 is public hearing. 10.1, determination hearing for charter renewal for Growth Public Schools. Ms. Goldman and crew.
I feel short tonight. All right. All right, so I I feel like we need like a breath and move on to the next thing, but yeah.
Sorry, because
Yep.
I don't always
Oh, yes.
follow instructions, even though they're written so plainly for me. Before you start, let me just kind of intro this. Sorry, Member Phillips is a little tired. So we're opening and convening this particular public hearing. It's on a petition that was submitted to the district to renew Growth Public Schools GPS charter for a 5-year term beginning on July 1, 2025 and ending on June 30, 2030. Okay, so as for procedure, district staff and Growth Public Schools representatives will each have 7.5 minutes to address the board and present or respond to any information concerning the proposed findings included in the staff renewal report. Growth Public Schools will receive no less than 7.5 minutes to make their presentation. That means that if the district staff presentation is less than 7.5, Growth Public Schools will still be afforded a total of 7.5 minutes, okay, to make your presentation. We're not going to cut anything off. Following such presentations, the board will receive comments from any members of the public, including on the admissions preferences. So the board will then have the opportunity to ask questions or make any comments, deliberate, and take action on the petition. Ms. Goldman.
There we go. All right. So thank you all. Tonight we are here for the second half of what we started at our last board meeting, which is the determination hearing for the charter renewal of Growth Public Schools. I am going to be quick. I can do this in less than 7 minutes. I got you. We always have our core beliefs and our guiding principles, and I think it's important whenever we're talking about our charters is that you as a board authorize our charter schools believing in these core beliefs, that there's opportunities and there's a need for some choice and some opportunities for little laboratories of innovation, and that's why we're here tonight. The process for tonight, as President Phillips read, is very scripted in law. We have to have equal presentation time for me and our school representatives, opportunity for public comment, and then it will be your turn to make a decision. We do need to make a decision tonight on this item because we are time bound under the law. I want to just start. I've showed you guys this little image that I created before, but this kind of goes back to always what is the big idea of why do we have charter schools in the first place? And I always think about it as this idea is we take an inch of flexibility and we're asking them to turn it into a foot of innovation and a yard of achievement. But as in Spider-Man, with flexibility comes accountability. I know that's not exactly the quote, but it's kind of the same thing. Oh, sorry, I trust you. So this is the accountability part where they come back to us every 5 years and we say, how'd you do? How are you going to do the next time? And so I've created this image to sort of help us get our minds around this. It always starts with the charter, which is this very big binder right there. And the charter is essentially the roadmap or the promise that the school is making to us for what they're going to do. We have the data from this term that they just completed, as well as the records of oversight. And then we have their own comments on how they're reflecting and growing the whole way through. And the idea tonight is that we want to triangulate those three things, and with always keeping students in the center of those conversations. This big old petition, as well as that data and those reflections, have been reviewed by me and a team that I was able to work with this year that have a lot of experience in this work. And I think that we have been able to present you with a report that summarizes the work nicely. The law on this, while new, is fairly clear. Growth Public Schools is placed in the middle tier of the renewal tiers from CDE. The renewal tiers are determined by the last 2 years of dashboard data. If you want a full description of that, it's in the report. It's complicated how they do it, but the bottom line is they're in the middle tier. And for schools in the middle tier, the law says that there's a presumption of renewal of a 5-year term, unless, and then there's some unlesses, right? Unless the school is unable to implement their program due to fiscal or governance concerns, unless the school is not serving all students, unless the school has failed to meet sufficient progress towards meeting standards, unless closure is in the best interest of students, and unless in that decision you provided greater weight to their academic performance. The report that was published 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, 15 days technically, on August 21st, that is in the board packet and that you all received, goes through my evaluation that says that it appears that growth has met these metrics. They submitted verified data showing that their students have made at least 1 year of academic growth. They submitted a comprehensive petition with all the necessary affirmations and statements. They describe a sound educational program. They do not appear unlikely. I know that's a double negative, but that's how it's worded. They do not appear unlikely to be able to implement their described program, and they appear to be serving all students who wish to attend. Again, going back to this triangle, they have a comprehensive charter petition. Their data, both on the dashboard and the data they provided to us, show us that students are meeting the criteria for that middle tier and that they are making growth. And in conversations through oversight and in their charter itself, they have documented plans to improve areas that maybe are not quite there yet. And that's okay. We're not expecting everybody to be all the way there all the time, but they're showing us that they have those plans in place. So, based on their status in the middle renewal level, a comprehensive review of their petition, all of that data, staff has determined that Growth Public Schools meets the requirement and is eligible for a 5-year renewal. If renewed, that term would go from July 1, 2025 to June 30th, 2030. And if 2030 makes you kind of go, yeah, me too. Should the board vote to renew, the next step would be to enter an operational MOU to kind of deal with the logistics of things between growth and the district. And I've also included areas that we would focus on in our next term in our oversight work. With that, I am going to hand things over to Adria Johnson and her team to respond to any questions that may have come up in the findings or in the last hearing.
Hi again. Hello, everyone. My name is Adria Johnson. I'm the Executive Director at GPS, also founding principal. And this is Devonna Abbott, Dr. Devonna Abbott, our school principal. So tonight, we're just going to hit these 5 things. I want to give you a brief history of our school. We're going to take another look at our results based on a couple of questions that were asked at the prior hearing. We're going to talk a little bit about family engagement and what our priorities are going forward, and then our continued hopeful partnership with SCUSD. Oops. All right, so this is, you have seen this before, just kind of overview of who we are. You can see our mission statement there. In short, our goal at GPS is to provide a school experience where students are provided a strong balance of rigorous academic instruction as well as social emotional learning. So starting with our history, so this image of the plane is kind of like our little thing. We, in our startup years, we had a motto of we were building the plane while flying it. So we started with 100 kids in a building, and we were like, we're gonna do this. And we've been doing it. And in the process of all that, we have been building a lot of structures and systems as well as running the school. And so our quest, though, has been on this journey to providing that balance of rigorous academics and social emotional learning. So kind of broke down our years. So in years 1 through 3, those are our first 3 years open. Our primary focus was intentionally on building school culture. We picked that first on purpose because we believe that that's where everything starts. That's where learning best occurs, when you have that strong foundation of culture. By the time we got to the 1920 school year, we were ready to turn the page and really start looking at our academic program, but then COVID. So for the next 2 years, we were really navigating the pandemic, making sure our kids had what they need, that they still felt that connection that we had done such a great job of building those first 3 years while they were distant. And so we made it through. And so in these last 2 years, we've been really focused on solidifying our academic program. And a big part of that was identifying curriculum and adopting that, bringing on new roles that are going to support the school in that way. So we looked at our academic results at our last meeting, and so I wanted to give you another look at it from the subgroup perspective. And so this is a snapshot of our verified data from NWA MAP, and it shows ELA and math growth using the CGI, or the Conditional Growth Index, which is MAP's metric of growth. And so for your reference, a CGI of -0.2 or higher means at least a year of academic growth. And so I picked 2 years in time. So the 18-19 school year is our second year, and then last year. So it's like a 5-year span of time here. And you can see in both in ELA and math, in 2018-19 school year, neither the whole school nor those like targeted subgroups met the growth target. Yet when you look at it 5 years later, in ELA, all groups except for one met that threshold for growth. And then in math, all groups met that threshold for growth. So I want to talk to the elephant real quick. So I can see that our African American subgroup is the group that didn't hit that year of growth in ELA. While we recognize that is definitely a point of focus for us going forward, but I would like to go back to what I said about culture first and like learning happening on top of that. Because if you look at our climate data, for chronic absenteeism and suspensions, our Black students are lower than their counterparts, both school-wide and the district and the state average. So just pointing that out. I see you, elephant. We're doing what we're doing. Okay. So last time, Member Rose, you asked a question about engagement and what are our mechanisms for engaging families in the decision-making process at the school. And Member Jean, you asked also about like what are our challenges, like what do we see as our biggest challenges? And so we're going to address those. And Dr. Adam, turn it over to you.
Absolutely. Oops, excuse me. Thank you so very much for having us. Again, I am Dr. Abbott, principal at GPS. This is my second year with GPS, and it has been nothing short of a privilege and a pleasure to serve our great school community. As principal, I take pride in working with our families to ensure that we allow our families to have a voice and play a part in the decision-making at GPS. And this is done the following ways. So we do have our student showcases, our parent-teacher conferences, our English Language Advisory Committee, our LCAP feedback, as well as our parent advisory group. In addition to that, I oftentimes host, or monthly, I host the Coffee with the Principal, which is a time for me to come together with our families to ask their input on upcoming matters and or decision makings that might come on the horizon. I also am able to conduct a needs assessment to understand ways in which GPS can provide further engagement opportunities for our families, or maybe just obtain support or suggest resources to our families. And so that's just really allowing us to have an open door policies and to be present for our families. As we look ahead to the coming years, our priorities going forward are to continue to refine our academic program that supports student mastery and growth, prioritizing increased growth for identified targeted groups, and that's, of course, our Black students, particularly our Black students in ELL performance, maintaining our strong school culture with an increased focus on gathering feedback and input from the student perspective of their experience at GPS. And then lastly, or our third priority is deepening our family engagement through re-energizing our family advisory group for the purpose of receiving feedback and input on our school.
All right, and our last priority is sustainability. So as I shared the last time, I had to look at my notes for this one, we're in our last year of growth. We are TK8, fully grown out, so we're not growing anymore. So at this point, our focus is maintaining, sustaining the systems that we've been building over these past 7 years. So there's no more building the plane. The plane's already built. Now we're just worried about flying it and hitting our targets, et cetera. All right. So finally, I think like the last thing we'd like to just share is we agree with the with the staff report that we have met the requirements for a 5-year renewal. We're looking forward to just continuing to address those focus areas for improvement, and this is where I want to address your question. So some particularly are focusing on our student academic outcomes, particularly the subgroups that are not there yet. Chronic absenteeism for our students overall. While we have seen a decline, we need improvement there. And then also meeting our enrollment targets, because I shared that enrollment is a bit of a challenge. I can say that we have already started to take steps to look at our recruitment and enrollment practices to see what we're doing and where is it missing the mark, so we can adjust and fix it and get sills and seats to experience this amazing school that we have. And thank you. That's it.
Do we have any public comment?
We do not.
Okay. Dear colleagues, what say you? Ms. Jean?
Just wanted to say thank you for that very thoughtful presentation, and I really appreciate you having kind of processed what we had asked about and bringing back really great responses. So thank you very much for that.
Thanks. Mr. Singh?
Very simple question for Amanda. Can you give us the 3 options? Is there a slide, or can you just read them out loud what our 3 options are?
There's not a slide, but I will make one next time. But the 3 options are basically so you have 3 resolutions in your board packet. The first resolution is approval, period. The second resolution is approval with conditions, and so the assumption in that one is that it is approved. There are things that you want them to do, and you will be grumpy if they don't, and further issues, further actions may come after that, but it is approved, or denial, period. With those second 2, we do have to have reasons, and so those were things that you guys would have to pull from the staff report or from your own beliefs and include those.
Thanks. Ms. Pritchett?
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to you guys for the work that you're doing in Area 3. And as I said before at the last meeting, that every parent that I've talked to always has high reviews of the work that you're doing. And so I just want to personally thank you for all of that. I know that with this being the first time you guys have come to us with a renewal, and seeing the work that you're doing, it seems to me, yeah, there's some work to be doing, but you guys are kind of spot on from what it compares to prior charters that are brand new, right? So we know that there's growth, right? But I just want to say that thank you for the hard work. And if there is no other board members in the queue,
I see none.
I would like to move this.
Okay. Student preferential?
Aye. Excuse me, President Phillips, can you clarify your motion?
Sorry.
Yes, I would like to move the approval of Growth Public Schools charter renewal.
I need to say that all again.
I'm
just kidding. Oh. So, yeah, sorry. So now we're going to take a roll. So student preferential vote?
Aye.
Member Kayada. Member Jean.
Aye.
Member Phillips.
Aye.
Member Pritchett.
Aye.
Member Rhodes.
Aye.
Member Singh.
Aye.
Member Villa.
Aye.
So moved.
Alrighty, item 10.2. Approved public hearing resolution 3433. This is resolution to convey public utilities easement, right?
Where's the, oh, okay.
Okay, it's all yours.
Good evening, Superintendent Allen and members of the board. My name is Ben Wangberg. I am the Facilities Planning Manager. I am here today because in accordance with Education Code Article 15, we are required to allow the public the opportunity to comment anytime the district intends to grant an easement or dedicate real property to another public entity. In this case, we are talking about a utility easement for Sacramento Municipal Utility District for Oak Ridge Elementary School located at 4501 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. This easement is needed to provide Sacramento Municipal Utility District with the ability to install and maintain electrical power at the newly reconstructed Oak Ridge Elementary. At this time, we would like to hold that public hearing and receive any public comments. This is not a board action item. The resolution will be voted on during tonight's consent agenda item.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment?
We do not.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Oh, don't sit down. No, we got a little deliberation. Ms. Pritchett, did you? No. Oh.
I'm trying to shut off.
Oh, look at that. Okay, you might actually be able to sit down in a minute. So with that, none of my colleagues have anything to share. That will be on a consent agenda, consent agenda, item 12.1L. So you are now free.
Well, thank you
to
very
walk
much.
about the-
Have a good evening.
Thank you. This was a short night. I wish it was longer. It's so nice spending time with adults. Sorry, and young people. But you're kind of considered. You're just one of us. Yes. Okay. I just need to make sure I'm in the right path. There's a lot going on here. We did that for the Oak Ridge. All right, so on to 11.0 communications. Student member report. Ms. Chu Griffith.
First off, I just want to share some information about new cell phone policies at some of the high schools. I've gotten just like concerns from students, general disapproval. I think some high schools have implemented new phone policies where students should not or are not permitted to use their cell phones at all, whether that be during the class period, passing period, or lunch period. Specifically, I've gotten concerns that students feel that these are not being administered equally, specifically with the over-monitoring and disciplining of students of color. And I just wanted to raise this concern to the rest of the board that, like, as we create these new phone policies, that just sharing that, one, students kind of dislike them pretty universally, and also that there are concerns in the way that they're being administered within our schools. And then just updating something that SAC worked on a lot last year with campus hygiene and bathrooms. There are still campus hygiene concerns. It's been kind of mixed student perspective. Some students feel that there has been change, especially with a new school year starting, that their bathrooms and school sites in general are cleaner. However, there are still concerns like broken sinks, lack of soap, stuff like that. And I just wanted to emphasize and share that Student Advisory Council is going to continue looking into campus hygiene and monitoring the way the board resolution we voted in last year is implemented this year. And then I finally just want to open an invitation to all of the board members to come to our Student Advisory Council meetings. They are Wednesdays at Cerna Center every week from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
Thank you. Madam Superintendent for 11.2, Superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. I did have a report. However, everything I was going to say has already been said, so I will forego tonight.
And because the president on 11.3 has a tendency to not say anything, she's just going to say something this evening. If I send an email so serious, I really want to make sure that we are promptly answering that. Not like you guys haven't completely in the past, but that's really important to me. I just want us to make sure that we get it in our heads that in the very, very near future, we're going to be coming together to talk about our bylaws and certain policies and how specifically the role of the board president should be looked into. And my thought is that in doing this over this last year or so, I have noticed that there seems to be more of a role that the president needs to be taking. And this is just with managing information that's sent to you. The email box is full, your board communications all over the place. And from my experience of being on the outside of being the president, I know that there are things that I would love to have had sent to me, or things that were highlighted, or so I'm truly considering pulling us together and having a wonderful conversation about the role of the board president. I say this because our secretary is our superintendent. That secretary sends a lot of information to us. There still needs to be a further step in making sure that that information gets to you, so that, because again, we are a working board. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anyone on this board who doesn't have a day job, families, pets, things that, school, things that take up your life. So I think that there's a good way to streamline the amount of information that comes in by handing that responsibility specifically to the board president to make sure that things are disseminated properly. Now, I have to think about it a little bit more, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. This is me thinking that it would be cool if the board president served a higher role in being able to share that. So other than that, we need to go to the student council meetings because they are fire. And I agree, Mr. Gladney said earlier this evening, it's making plans to get out to the schools and get out there. It is difficult, and I know that we all try our best. So I'm just rambling. Huh? You're there? You always do. Yeah. No, and I'm not saying folks aren't going. I'm just, making it known that this is a working board and a lot of us have things to do. I particularly have a very difficult job that has transitioned a bit, so I'm a little open, but I'm almost done. So anyway, I will stop talking. Please check your emails, text messages. Item 11.4, student board member. Why is it there? Oh, that's information. Oh, that's the rest of you guys. I'm sorry. Board members, do I have anyone who would like to share out as a board member? Spectacular things that you've done since the last meeting? No? All right. Item 12.0, consent agenda. Ms. Pritchett?
I'd like to pull item 12.1A.
Oh, I forgot to ask for public comment. Did we have any public comment? You look really relaxed and comfortable, so I'm assuming. Okay. And Member Pritchett would like to pull
12.1A.
12.1A, which is, grants entitlements. Is there anything you'd like to share on the poll?
Yes, I just need clarification on the contract between the City of Rancho Cordova and the City, Sacramento City Unified School District, Ms. Mary.
Okay.
And under item 3, under funding and use of funds, it's written out that it's an amount of $29,150, but in parentheses, it says $58,300.
Okay.
So I'd like just clarification on what the amount is.
Okay, so before we get the clarification, we can just put forward a motion to approve consent agenda minus
moved.
pulled item. Okay, seconded. And student preferential?
Aye.
Member Kayada. Member Jean.
Aye.
Member Phillips.
Aye.
Member Pritchett.
Aye.
Member Rhodes.
Aye.
Member Singh.
Aye.
Member Villa.
Aye.
So I think we're just waiting for Ms. Marking to, okay.
Do you want to bring it to you? Okay. So with clarification from Ms. Mary Hardin-Young, the correct amount is $58,300. So I'd just like to make a request to staff to reach out to the City of Rancho Cordova with a corrected contract with them. So I'll move it.
And that's a correct amount so that we can.
The correct amount is $58,300.
So you're making a motion at this point to approve 12.1 with that correction as 58,300. Okay. And you are making the motion, I'll second. Student preferential vote?
Aye.
Member Kayada. You're a no? This is for the city of Rancho Cordova. Oh, aye, okay. Member Jean.
Aye.
Member Phillips.
Aye.
Member Pritchett.
Aye.
Member Rhodes.
Aye.
Member Singh.
Aye.
Member Villa.
Aye. Hooray. Thank you for that, finding that, Ms. Pritchett. Item 13.0, future board meeting dates and locations. I'll read it slow. September 19, 2024, 5 p.m. closed session, 6 p.m. Cerna Center, 57. Yes?
Sorry, I'm so
He wants to clarify the document.
I've been reading.
So let's ask, because we've already voted on this, so we may need to find a way to
I
back up.
won't, I'm just making a comment. There's nothing to change. This is written correctly. It's, if you read it, the term is from October 2023 to September 2025. So it's two separate fiscal agreements for 2 years. So when you add 29,150 and 29,150 equals 58,300. So it's actually written fine. So we don't have to fix anything.
Thank you, Member Singh.
That law degree.
Okay, so we need to back that up, I'm assuming, because, no, we're cool? Okay, 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 we just did the heavy math, which I don't do. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be meeting here on the 19th of September. We'll be meeting here on the 3rd as well. Both of those sessions are at 6 p.m. at 5735 47th Avenue. Short of that, item 14.0, seconded. And all in favor? Aye. All right, let's go home. Thank you.